Tonight, as Primetime returns to you from the modern-day Coliseum, two men will battle for the Xbox Championship in the hope of calling himself the champion. Entering first, the challenger, KM Leon, a kingsman at heart. His overwhelming dominance in Primetime has led him to this moment, a moment that will see him stand before the GOAT and hopefully take home the championship. Trixie is washed. I'm the new breed. This is my time, and I'm ready to be the champion. But in order for Liam to become the new champion of Primetime, he must defeat one man. Enter the champion, BFAP Trixie, the greatest of all time. Have truer words ever been spoken of the current Xbox champion? His reign of dominance is legendary, and even though some made him taste defeat in the past, his championship is one to be noted. Now looking to establish dominance tonight and bring gold to home, safe to the BFAP camp. Trixie, me? I'm certainly not washed, and when Liam is left dragging his face across the map, he'll know who the champion is. And so, with all that being said, fans of Primetime, strap in for an electric night of fights that will culminate in an Xbox champion bout. Welcome to Primetime.
What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? I am your host, Cyrus the Looney. Joining me as always for this historic card, Primetime 68, is the one and only JDime TV and Mr. Humbledink. How are you doing, lads?
Oh my god, Cyrus, we're back!
Yes, sir!
It's Primetime 68, let's go! It's JDime, you know, excited, you know, as that intro is going, we're going crazy in the background. We got Trixie versus KM Liam as the main event tonight. And as Doc said, true words have never been spoken. Trixie is the Primetime GOAT. It is without a question, JDime. Even before me or you got here, this guy was the top of the castle. He was the king in that castle, up in high. No one could touch him, and he's there again tonight as always.
It's so crazy because he was the champ before I got here. He also got the belt back when I got here. He's been at the top for a while, and saying he's washed is a crazy statement, Humble.
I love it. I love that sort of animosity, Cyrus. Those sort of words lead into some animosity in this fight, in this main event of this evening. We've also got some fantastic fights leading up to that main event. We've got Big E versus Caliber as the co-main event, Cyrus. That's going to be a banger.
Yes, sir. I mean, honestly, every single one of these fights, when we've kind of hovered across the card, again, anticipated on what we could expect here this evening. Like you say, Big E from that B3 camp, he comes forward, throws hands, crazy pressure, and honestly, looks to put out everybody's lights that stands in front of him. But KM Caliber has been around the block, former Primetime champion, and is obviously looking to try and get back to that and maybe beat one of his kind of old opponents in BFAP Trixie if he is able to get past the very dangerous KM Liam here this evening. But honestly, Ginger, Kante, Jamie Bucks, Hasbobs, and honestly, EK Naz up against KM Sitch, those two fights there, those fights there, JDime, massive fights to stand out, but quite honestly, I think I could have said any one of them.
Yeah, but you know which one I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say the EK Naz fight, him versus KM Skitch. We got the former ESFL champion Naz versus KM Skitch, which should be a great fight. And what if Skitch upset and shock the world? What if he upsets him? Like, it's just a great fight in general, Cyrus.
Yeah, honestly, know the pedigree of EK Naz. He's coming through trying to make a run here in Primetime MMA and doing very well so far from everything I've heard. But he is going up against a very dangerous opponent in KM Skitch. He has been around the scene for quite some time and has some of the more favoured striking about the scene there, Humble. Really kind of technical in the way that he approaches his game, and as a result, I think it makes for a very interesting matchup. I've seen Naz do his thing on TikTok, quite recently, and he's a bit of a killer, man. He can take it absolutely anywhere. Same, it's obviously what got him to the ESFL championship positions, but obviously when you're in a new yard, so to speak, and you've got a veteran there at hand, it can be a very tough matchup, especially in a spot like that.
Yeah, definitely, and I want to talk about the other side of Naz as well. He has been the ESFL champion, and you're all right, he's fantastic and he's brilliant. But let's be completely real here, and honestly, I have no hatred towards Naz, but I have to talk about his Primetime record. Last season, he didn't do great. He wasn't hitting those sort of wins that you would expect him to. He's actually on a skid, so he needs to come in here tonight and prove his statement. He's got a very tough opponent in front of him, and that's why it's such an interesting fight. Naz is a prolific prolific player outside of Primetime. Inside of Primetime, he hasn't quite found his form, and I know that's going to eat away at him, J Diamond. That's a point to prove, and that's why this is such a crazy fight for the feature prelim. It's going to be fantastic.
I don't think I've ever seen him fight in Primetime. Where was I at, Humble?
I think it was just before yourself, but I don't want to go into too much about the negative record because I don't want to.
Yeah, it was last season as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Last season, but you have to talk about Cyrus because he wasn't being able to hit them heights, and this season I fully expect him to. It's in a camp where the guys that he's with are training every single day. I know he doesn't let off on the game as well. He's constantly learning new techniques, constantly putting stuff on his YouTube, on his TikTok, which you'll be able to follow, guys, if you need to. And he's constantly teaching other people and around other great fighters as well. And that's what you need to be consistent. But I have to paint the picture, Cyrus, that he hasn't performed in Primetime and he needs to.
Well, yeah, and I think that's a big point for him. This season he's wanting to make a run at things, and like you say, he puts in a lot of work, EK Boys and the like. Same with KM Sketch. I think that's something that can be said very similarly for both guys. They have a lot of skills, a lot of talents. Sometimes hasn't always gone their way, at least under this promotional kind of umbrella. But they are matching up in a big spot here this evening, and as we've spoken about for a little while now, it's obviously a fight to look out for. So I think with all of that being said, right, we're going to get right into this very first fight this evening. Not only do we have Primetime here this evening, absolute killer lineups. Of course, we've got the UFC a little bit later on here this evening as well. So VUK up against a Duck on Quack. What a name, my man. What a name.
Yeah, I like that. I like that name. He got to perform. With that name, he got to perform. A Duck on Quack. Now I'm expecting big things, Humble.
Oh, well, to be honest, the card is stacked, and I'm not going to lie. I'll tell you the records of these guys. So Vuk Gaming is currently 3-1. He's got one loss to Ripe MMA. He'll be fighting later on the card in one of the featured fights. And he's a grappler. He's got some interest. I'm sure Vuk was the person who was getting a lot of hate last week. J Dime. He was 3-0. There was a lot of people giving him hate. But he's fighting a Duck on Quack, and Duck on Quack is 1-0 in the league. He's new. He's still growing. He's a striker. But when you go 1-0. You don't get easy fights, you get tested immediately. So this is going to be an interesting fight. And we get a Diaz versus McGregor. J-Time, tell us a bit about the 4-star picks in the prelims that we have as well.
Okay, so we finally get the trilogy. The fight we've been waiting on. This is what I thought Nate's last fight would have been. Either this or Tony Ferguson. But now, we got it here in Primetime. We can't get it in UFC. But we're going to get it in Primetime, Cyrus.
Yes, sir. Honestly, these guys, it's interesting to kick off the card with this matchup, right? We have the 4-star kind of rule set in place so that the prelims are a little bit more restricted on the picks, gives us variance, and of course tests everybody and their skill sets. But Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, they can be very familiar with the movesets of both guys, Humble, and as you can see, it has a bit of an impact on the way that these guys are approaching the game very quick out the gate.
Yeah, definitely. And what I like about this at the moment is a Duck and a Quack is starting to kick, and he's starting to get caught, and the power of Conor McGregor is going to be the problem here. The stamina, the durability, the straight punches, and the length of Nate Diaz has got to be utilised by a Duck on Quack to kind of take Vuk Gaming, because Vuk Gaming is a fantastic striker, but each one on the chin right there, J-Dime, and stumbles him slightly.
Yeah, Conor started the match strong, but it's going to be hard for him to close the distance because most people who use Nate Diaz throw a lot of 1-2s or 2-1s all the time.
That was beautiful, the timing on it. Nate Diaz, a Duck on Quack, is honestly seeming very on point here this evening. Got to be careful against the power of VUK, but good knock so far.
Oh, I mean, he tries to throw an elbow right there, just out of range. He actually stepped in. Oh, he catches him with the hook. Catches him with the hook. Shot right there. This is the ground and power right now. This could be it. A Duck on Quack survives, J-Dime.
I'm not going to lie. I thought Conor was going to put him out, but it could get real dangerous here, especially if Nate Diaz gets him into the rubber guard, Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, he is an absolute phenom on the feet and on the mat. These are some good ground and pound, though, from a Duck on Quack. He seems to be very comfortable everywhere, but decides to separate Humble. I think it's a smart move for him.
Yeah, he's just at his opponent. He's going, nice uppercut right there. And the straight shots seem to be catching McGregor coming in. That length is really becoming a problem. Fakes a takedown, gets caught though. He needs to be careful. That guy needs to be high against Conor McGregor because of that power, Cyrus. We know what that's like.
Oh, Jesus. the pressure is great. There's like subtle composure being shown from Nate Diaz. He's being pressed really, really heavy right now, but as you mentioned, Humble looks for those straight shots and just seems to be kind of not relying on the chin, but relying on the block and his defense kind of pressed in these dire positions.
Nice. Like them leg kicks too. Those are nice leg kicks Conor throwing. Because Nate Diaz weak to the legs and to the body, Humble.
Well, if you think about the second fight that Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz had, Conor kind of won that fight with a lot of those leg kicks as well as the knockdowns to the body. The leg kicks set up a lot of those shots to the head because Nate started worrying about a lot of them. So it's quite a good strategy. You know, we talk about it all the time, Cyrus. You've got to make your opponent guess. Nice work from Conor. He takes the back. Can he submit him?
Ooh. Hold on, when did he learn that?
Too excited, Anna.
Oh, definitely, brother. That keeping him guessing for sure. Mystic Mac, though, knew what was coming, was able to take his back nice and easily. But an interesting first round, to say the least, J-Dime. These guys brought all the action, whether it was on the feet or on the mat, non-stop. Strikes were being thrown, and I don't think they're slowing up anytime soon.
No, that was a battle, but it's 1-0 Conor. Nate Diaz had his moments in the fight too, and he had success with them straight strikes like Nate Diaz does. But overall, Conor won that round, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to take a moment as well to appreciate every single person that comes in for the first fight of this evening. Like, we're on the first fight of this evening. We've got 70 plus people in the chat, all joining us tonight, showing the love. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome to Primetime, and hopefully you're enjoying the fights tonight, Cyrus. But round 2 right now, great fight so far.
Yes, sir. And honestly, these guys living up to all the hype. There's a reason that everybody's showing up to see these two absolute savages throw down, I would imagine. And I honestly feel like that, you know, when you get everybody kind of calling behind you, whether you have supporters or haters out there, J-Dime, it can be the added drive and honestly propel you to some fantastic performances.
Yeah, exactly what you said. And this is a great fight right now, Humble.
No, it's definitely a great fight. And each week as well, every single week, Cyrus, we get this. You know, these crowds come in early. And they've got a lot of supporters. They're both on positive records. Doug Gaming with 3-1. There's a couple of people in the chat getting behind him. Duck and Quack added a few people as well. So these guys have got some supporters in the chat. And they're going out right now, very evenly matched. Great from the matchmakers so far, put these two together.
Yeah, honestly, these type of guys are quite clearly the type that really, really kind of live and die by the sword. They wear it all on their sleeve, and they're giving us a really, really entertaining performance as Nate Diaz checks that kick. Beautiful work.
Ooh. Nice. You said that VUK got some supporters. Last week, it seemed like everybody was against him. He had the world against him. He got supporters now, Humble?
Well, he had Shogun in the chat and a few people kind of cheering him on, you know. So if you get supporters, you get supporters. A lot of people like those, you know, when you get hate, it gives you supporters. It gives you, a lot of people start to like you because you're getting hate, you know. It's not really feeling sorry for you, but they sometimes, you know, people like that. They like people who are hated. Look at Colby Covington.
Yeah, exactly, man. But not everybody's going to be your supporter, my man, and if you haven't got haters, you ain't doing something right. So
it's right, Cyrus? They care.
Exactly.
They care.
That's factual right there.
Nice work with knees to the body. I feel like these guys really engaging in every opportunity. How Conor McGregor pulled that kick, Jay, just as he was about to get checked, I don't know, but he seemed dialed in.
Good takedown defense, too. He needed that because he had no stamina, too, at that time, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. He's going against the fence right now. He needs to do some work with Nice. Doing a good job of getting off there, controlling the wrist and kind of coming out the back door with the underhook. Great work. I like the pressure from a Duck and Quack. He's really doing well with the footwork. Goes to the body. Beautiful shot right there, back to the head. And Buck Gaiman all of a sudden has a stamina issue that I never even noticed, Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful setup as well. I mean, Diaz seemingly recognizing that he has a bit of a stamina advantage, trying to work that body, and of course, that then sets up the shots back to the head. Obviously, that straight of Nate Diaz is very, very good out here, J-Dime, but I'm a little worried for what Conor's going to be able to do unless he can start making Nate miss a little bit.
Yeah, this is an interesting fight, and I'm interested. Okay, that question mark kick wasn't hitting me. I'm interested to see who's going to win this round, Humble.
He's throwing like a really slow. It's like a slow. And you're seeing a little set right there. Look at this. Oh, that's so close. That's so close. Honestly, if I'm either fighter, I don't like that. I don't like to even think I won that round because that's so close. We talk about it time and time again. It's tried and tested. Unless they've updated it, Cyrus, because they can. The third round is the most important round in this game. and it usually sways close fights towards the fighter that wins the third. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. We've seen it time and time again, especially, I mean, you're live on Primetime MMA, man, but I don't feel like these guys, any second of this fight, expected to go to the judges' scorecards. They are trying to take each other's heads off with each and every shot, and honestly, the tempo has been non-stop, J-Dime. Beautiful work, honestly.
Oh, next knee.
Yeah, I don't see this going to a decision, but I could be wrong. Someone's going to get stunned in the next 30 seconds, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. I hate the fact that everyone's got that knee. Oh, it's J Dime was correct.
Oh my God.
Mystic J comes out of the bag.
That's Mystic Dime. That's Mystic Dime right there.
Mystic Dime pulls one out again, and a beautiful rock right there from Full Gaming. But a duck on Quack needs to get moving, needs to get those feathers flapping, Cyrus, because he might be down in this round.
Oh,
me. Oh, he's definitely down.
Yeah, down bad after that one. Down bad after that one, but straight back to his feet.
Oh, he's down bad right now.
Oh, no. Power. The power from Connor.
Now the power difference about to show up now.
I mean, that chin of Nate Diaz only lasts so long. It seems to be very compromised at this late stage. There's 2 minutes 30 though, and he continues to press, man. He believes in it. That and his cardio.
It's where he's best. He presses the fight towards the cage and he's able to control it. He uses his range really well against the cage. It's when he's out in the open, that's when he's getting caught the most. And I like how he kind of walked through the fire right there. He's trying to press that body. He needs to stop kicking though, in my opinion. I'm a kicker. When you kick when your opponent's moving forward, you get caught. Beautiful. Drops your opponent, tries to finish him. This could be it right now.
It's over. It's over. It is over.
Oh, he survives.
Oh, he's still alive. He survived that.
What a fight already. The first fight of the night, delivering. The matchmakers have blessed us this evening, Cyrus. What a great fight to have.
Yes, sir. Honestly, couldn't have said it better myself. These guys really living up to all of the hype, my man. The Primetime guarantee never fails to deliver, but exceptional matchmaking. These guys incredibly closely contested, or closely matched, I should say. The fight has been contested throughout. Trying hard to take the judges out of it. You can see his head held, hanging on just by the tiniest of bits.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Nate needs a knockout.
Oh my! Talking a knockout.
It's over. Why are you? It's over. Stop swinging, Connor.
Oh my days! Is that Mario Yamasaki in there? He must not like him. He must not like him. That referee allowed him to take too much punishment, Cyrus. And Conor McGregor, with what game, and gets the win in the third round and gets some extra points for the KO as well.
Yeah, exactly right. You called it, that these guys were not going for a judge's scorecard, and that their fight style was quite clearly leading to this moment. One of them was going to go face down. Conor McGregor took charge of this round, Jay. It really did. It was very, very close. At a certain point, though, he got that extra stun and just rided that momentum perfectly right to the very bitter end.
Yeah, he took that third round from him. And then after he dropped him, first of all, he knocked him out. How is he still swinging? Like, Nate Diaz want to retire, enjoy his family time. But Conor said, no. Just, like, that's sad. Humble. That's sad, bro.
Yeah,
what he did to him.
Yeah, a lot of people started to come out for the Vuk haters as well in their chat, you know. This is how he gets fans, though. You know, we talk about Colby Covington, we talk about these characters who kind of purposely like to be hated. And I don't think there was too much cheese in that. I think it was a very even, very close fight. Both guys did what they needed to do to win, Cyrus. And Fuck Gaming comes away with a W end of the day. He's 4-1 again, right back on the tracks after a bit of a mishap against an undefeated fighter.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And those things happen, right? This is mixed martial arts. Losses are a little bit more forgivable in this game as a result, because there's so many variables to come into it. It is, can be very, very difficult to kind of come out, and that's what obviously one of the added reasons that an undefeated record holds such, is held in such high regard, especially as you start getting in towards, those double numbers. It's really, really separates you into potentially being one of the greats. But looking at the very next fight of the evening, it is a little different than what you see on your graphic. As far as I'm aware, the only change out of this evening, we're going to be having Vex Paps up against Blink, who is stepping in on short notice.
Did Keza get stuck up a tree?
He got a little drunk, is from what I hear. So.
and then stuck up a tree.
And then stuck up a tree, bro. Stuck up a tree. But no, a great short notice replacement, right? S&B Blink, absolute savage, trains with some, killers, kind of offshoot of EK, if you will. That pedigree has quite clearly been translated through the entire kind of S&B camp. They have had standout performances as of recently, and answering a call on short notice against an opponent like Paps there, Humble, is an opportunity for him in and of itself to get that added win, seize the opportunity by kind of the, by the walls, and run away up those rankings.
I just want to take a moment as well. We'll talk about the fight, but to give a massive shout out to one of my good friends in MMA Troll, who's come through this evening with another raid, constantly supporting the community. That guy, he's controversial, he's fantastic, he's brilliant, he talks a lot and he wears his heart on his sleeve. And honestly, I have a lot of respect for that guy because no matter what, he will support and he supports the community, he loves the community. So go and follow MMA Troll today, and thank you, Troll, for coming through and showing us some love. But getting back to the fight, you have at the moment Pabs, who is 2-1 currently in the league. He gets a bit nervous sometimes under the bright lights. He's an effective striker. He absolutely loves southpaw, but he also struggles against other southpaws. So it'll be interesting to see if SMB Blink kind of switches it up and kind of goes southpaw, because he's actually fighting an orthodox with Masvidal, who is a southpaw, Jedi.
Jorge is not a southpaw, Humble.
Who isn't?
Jorge is not a southpaw, Humble.
I'm 900% sure he is.
Listen,
Someone let me know in the chat. Someone let me know in the chat.
Oh my
Never mind,
God.
McGregor, brother, landing that left hand like a piston. He has got
He's
him
an orthodox fighter, Humble. He's an orthodox fighter.
I think
He has
Jay's right.
87 switch stance. He has 80.
Someone let me,
bro, I
someone
know.
let me know in the chat. Someone let me know.
Oh, but there's no.
Oh my God! He is not wasting time.
We're talking about switch stance, and this guy's talking about knockouts right now, Jay Dime. He doesn't want none of this. He's going for the kill. Pabst is starting to put the pressure on, and the connection is starting to get knocked out as well, Jay Dime.
Imagine getting beat up so bad the connection starts messing up. That's crazy to me.
I'm definitely wrong. I'm definitely wrong.
I know you're wrong.
I thought I was right.
Oh,
Ooh.
lovely work on both sides right here. These guys really getting game, but the damage again from Pabst.
Baby, over. It's over.
Oh, it's over.
He's out of stamina though. He's out of stamina.
He is. He's gonna get off. Nice, smart. Yeah, Jay Dime, smart.
Yeah. This is what I'd like to see, though. Okay, never mind. What I'd like to see is, you know when they're having to pull counter war? Listen to me.
It's stupid.
Hit him to the body. Hit him to the body off the pull.
Yeah, you're right.
Someone got to hit somebody to the body. That's
Look
not
at the
all.
stamina. Look at the stamina from Blink, the southpaw Masvidal. Look at it.
Southpaw Masvidal. I still can't believe you said that.
I'll wear it on my sleeve, though, Jay Dime. I get it wrong sometimes. What can I say, guys? But I thought I was 100% sure. I was fighting with Leon, and I always thought he fights in that stance. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But these guys are really trying to bait the uppercuts. Cyrus.
I mean, Pabst is not fucking around, man. He's trying to beat him like he stole something. It's just this is absolutely sensational from him so far. I mean, I'm surprised he's not out.
Listen, next time Connor pulls, please don't body shot.
Change to southpaw. I'm not even gonna lie. Mainly because from the notes we have, you know, Pabst struggles against southpaws as well. So maybe there's something in that lead hook.
Fucking hell, bro! That is madness. What a performance!
He knocked him out of connection. He knocked his connection out. Oh my God! The connection to your opponent has been lost by an uppercut.
Crazy.
Beautiful.
Knocked him and the connection out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a bit serious. So what a fight from Pabst. He came out there and he really put it to his opponent in Blink. Blink, thank you for stepping up. You know, Blink's usually a very aggressive sort of striker. He comes out, likes to brawl and likes to do stuff. But there wasn't his night though, Cyrus. That short notice fight, he felt like he was cold.
Yeah, no, he came into this fight obviously on short notice, and that's one of the potential outcomes, right? Is that it doesn't go your way. You didn't have the opportunity to train for your opponent. You came in here, backed your skills, and it didn't go your way. I mean, look, ultimately, when it comes down to it, Pabst was absolutely and utterly dialed in. He came in very warm, been training with the guys in the back, obviously leading up until this, and was taking his fight up against Keza very seriously. So I think that was just testament to the way that he performed here this evening, and absolutely sensational, and very excited to see what he is able to do going forward there, Jay.
Man, I don't have much to say. I'm just ready to see a fight, because we just seen a great fight a second ago. I'm ready to see another great fight.
Oh man, let's keep this train moving. Next up, we're gonna have two exceptional fighters, as always. You know, again, Winter X coming in, Sam Cooper, a fantastic fighter, and he's always, these two guys are going to be coming in tonight try and prove a point. They want to make a splash in prime time, and tonight is the night to do it. You've got the eyes and you've got over 100 people watching you. Cyrus, when you're coming in here, it's different. You start to fight, it's different. This isn't the same as ranked. When you get in front of live commentary, when people are talking about your style, talking about things, when people in chat are all giving opinions, when people are betting on you, you pay attention to that, and that could completely affect your performance tonight.
Yeah, and look, ultimately, as far as I'm aware, I could be wrong, they'll get it from the back, but I believe this is their first actual live card. They came into the promotion, went 1-0, both of them had very good performances from what we hear, and the stats that came in it, and as a result, they earned their way onto this live card here this evening. So the pressure is definitely on J-Dime, and whether or not that goes to two or against them, we're about to find out, brother. We're about to find out.
Pressure can only do two things. It can either bust pipes or make diamonds. Those are two things pressure can do. So someone's going to fold and someone's going to shine. That's the only option, Humble.
Yeah, brilliant analogy right there. And, the three fights you've had so far, every single guy's had a positive record and we're at the start of the card, so it kind of builds you up. Ooh. And this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to give these guys an opportunity to showcase. They were part of the unaired cards, which we can talk about right now, Cyrus. It gives you an opportunity to kind of build your record and shows what you're made of to kind of make it to the live cards, and everybody gets an opportunity to fight every single week. So if you are watching and wanting to take part, join that link in the Discord, join that link in the chat for the Discord. Come along, sign up and get yourself a fight.
Yeah, 100%, brother, and that's the whole thing. We're very, very community focused, but these guys earn their way onto the live card. And as you can see, there is a reason that they are here, this evening, absolutely delivering phenomenal combinations, and it already looks like Pettis is trying to take him out of here. I think it's smart to slow down, though, Jay. He didn't want to gas himself out.
Yeah, it is. And Pettis just dropped Humble's favorite southpaw, Jorge Masvidal, just now.
I was actually checking when he started. If he started southpaw, he didn't. I was good. So, I was like, I'm sure he does. I think I've got PTSD from when I got punched in the head too many times as a kid. You know it is.
Well,
that's what it was.
Yeah, I think so.
My God, talking about getting absolutely flatlined. What a head kick, and he's turning it around, Jay. He's turning it around.
He just turned it around. He was just getting his ass whooped. He turned it around.
One shot can end it all, Cyrus. A perfectly placed head kick right on the noggin, and all of a sudden, you're out cold and you're staring at the bright lights.
Yeah, I mean, fucking goddamn, Sam Cooper, brother. Sam Cooper came here to deliver. He got his... he was getting his ass kicked for a good, 20, 30 seconds, right? He wasn't able to answer it, but then he refocused himself, Jay. Kind of turned it around, just timed a head kick, brother, and jumped all over it. That man's got killer instinct quite clearly, and, I can see why he's 1-0, now 2-0 in Primetime Mma.
He was Mr. Cool, Calm, and Collected. The storm passed by. The storm not going to last forever. He kept his composure, and he got the job done, Humble.
Yeah, he did. And in the chat, they were calling him Sam Cooper for a second, which made me laugh. I apologize. But then all of a sudden, Sam Cooper, we know his name. He came along. He's now 2-0 in prime time. He's going to set himself up for a big fight in the future. And, there's a lot of fans of his as well. He's got a lot of guys in the chat kind of screaming his name right now. And it's for a good reason. We talked about it earlier on, Cyrus. You can come out here and try and blitz your opponents and put it on there. It's different under the bright lights. But I know, because I do it all the time. I always get slightly a bit nervous and kind of come out and over-exert myself. And then I end up leaving more opportunities for my opponent to knock me out. Because when you're tired, you leave opportunities, J-Dam. You're more vulnerable in those tired situations to take one big shot to end it all.
Yeah, you're right. And Humble, you say you get a little nervous, like we all do. You get a little nervous in the moment. You piss your pants, Humble, because I feel like you gonna really fold, like just you specifically.
No, sometimes I might have a little dribble, a little bit of a dribble. But I keep it together. Sometimes, I have a little bit of a wet wipe right there, and Cyrus, I man up and I wipe it away.
Well, there you go, mate. That's oh, great.
I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry, guys. We're having fun tonight. Okay, to prime time.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the madhouse for sure, my man. Well,
he asked the question
from two guys, from one guy maybe pissing himself to two guys that have definitely got their composure down to a T. It is the ICB's only JT Viper, stands for In Cold Blood, and of course he is very, very much living up to that name, being cold-blooded, in and out of the cage, looking to make another very, very much standout performance here this evening, but he is up against a very tough opponent in Noble. 24-01. This guy is coming here game. He is actually, I get a little bit of an advantage because I can see ahead, but he's actually going with the Chang Sung Jung pick. He's the Korean Zombie J Diamond. I rate that pick massively. I know that he's gone back to 4-star now, of course, which is why it's available, but he has so many tools. He has a lot of power at his disposal. I think he can give Conor McGregor more than a good run for his money here, especially with that chin, my man. Especially with that chin.
So they picked the Korean Zombie. Now I know who y'all want to win. Just off that alone, I know.
Why is that, Jedi? Why is that? Why is that?
Because we got two of the biggest Korean Zombie fans in the world sitting right next to me. That's why.
Is Cyrus a Korean Zombie fan?
I am. I wouldn't say I'm one of the biggest ones in the world, but definitely, brother. You've got to admire the work, or the body of work that Korean Zombie has put in. Always in entertaining fights. They're humble. I mean, you can attest to it. I know that you're a massive fan of him, much like obviously our friend in Quidsworth. That, like I say, it's hard not to be, bro. It's hard not to be.
Yeah, Korean Zombie is one of my favorite fighters of all time, and I'll tell you why. Because he's potentially took away the prime of his life to go into military service for a career, and obviously you have to do that. And at the time that he did that, he'd fought Jose Aldo, who's the champion. He was an unbeaten champion before Conor McGregor took away his invincibility. That people felt like he was like Adesanya. He was like George St. Pierre. He was like that sort of mystiquing character. He was knocking people like Cub Swanson out, Cyrus, with a flying knee in nearly 15 or 16 seconds or something like that. He ended Korean Zombie. He ended a lot of people like Chad Mendes. And Korean Zombie fought him for a minute with a dislocated shoulder. Beat people like Poirier as well. This guy's got a fantastic record, but this day and age, not quite there. He's got fantastic boxing, great submissions, but I think his best opportunity against Conor McGregor is on the ground, Cyrus.
Oh, 100%. And as we see, he is shot early. I think it's very, very smart. He's not as fast as he once was. I mean, he was never the speediest of guys. Definitely has power, but especially in these later years, he's a little bit slower. So taking it to the mat, utilizing some of that strength, and of course, the grappling kind of technique that he has managed to accumulate. This man has game submissions, J-Dime. Don't be slacking on the mat when Korean Zombie's down there with you, brother.
Yeah, and y'all called it that he should take it to the mat, and he did, because you don't want to sit there and box with Conor the whole time, especially on UFC 4, Humble.
Well, I'll tell you why. He's one of the first fighters to utilize the Eddie Bravo system, the 10th Planet system, and he's got the likes of the first ever finish with the Korean Zombie. Oh, this internet is.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know what bro. I don't know what's going to happen first.
Oh, no.
The internet or Conor McGregor, but
is it the internet or is it us? I don't know.
Is it waiting for
it's theirs, brother. It's theirs. It's not us.
I feel horrible. I can't lie to y'all. I feel horrible because this may play. If it keeps skipping, it may play into how the submission.
He's stepping over. Yeah, it's usually harder though. Sometimes it completely depends. You can see the bar going up, but he looks like he's okay. He's going to get into side control no matter what, though. This is the best position that Conor McGregor is going to receive right now if he does get out of it. And now Korean Zombie's in a more dangerous position. Use that to pass. Beautiful work there, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, very, very, very intelligent. He's utilizing the submissions to advance position. Worst case scenario, he ended up in full guard. It was a win-win for him in either respect. But I have to say that Noble's approach here, very, very smart, but he has to be careful of that right there. The GA build, quick get-up on the side of JT Viper. And he is a striking master. He will look to put his lights out and utilize that speed advantage of Conor McGregor early here, Jay.
Yeah, and if I'm Conor, I have to keep this on the feet at all costs, because the internet, oh my goodness, the ping right now is not good, and it's skipping online. It's going to make it harder to get out of subs, Humble.
It definitely went from McDonald's to house sound Wi-Fi, though. You know, they were on the ground, they were doing a submission, and all of a sudden it's fine. Like, I know they've got some connection issues, but I will say something about connection issues. We actually had a discussion beforehand. we have a worldwide league right now. We have people from all over the world. If we want to make this a fair league, everybody's got to fight everybody, depending on your ranking. You know, you can't be dodging people because of the connection. Sometimes it can be a problem, and if the connection's too much, we can't deal with that. But you've got to learn how to fight under this condition, because if you want to fight in the ESFL, you want to fight in Primetime, you want to fight in these leagues, sometimes you're going to get guys that are on the other side of the world, and that's just a problem. And one of my good friends, Gamer Echo, once said to me, you've got to train against everything, including connection.
Yeah, 100%, man. And, on that point, right, a slightly higher ping when it's stable is more than adaptable. But, of course, if it's unstable, that's the key thing, guys. If it's, jumping about all over the place, then, of course, we don't want those fights to go ahead there, Jay.
Yeah, because you can play and not lag on a high ping. like you said, if it's unstable, if it starts jumping,
Yeah.
that's where the problem
That's
lies.
the rough part. There was a couple of moments in that fight where it did jump, but there was a little bit of stability here and there. And that's where you've got to do your work. You've got to find those moments. And, it's tough because if you're from America and UK, sometimes you get good connection. And not everyone can afford amazing connection here and there as well. Like, nice work. He drives the takedown through. Enough about connection. Let's talk about
I was going to say, this one I don't actually... It seems to be spiking in occasional moments, right? So this is maybe one of those ones that could have potentially been looked at, but you don't always catch them, and these guys are working through it, so we're not going to harp on about it any longer. We're going to see the work they're going to do. Conor McGregor showing that he's got skills on the mat as well, been working that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he's got hands there, so if he decides to posture up and let them loose, he could cause a lot of problems.
That's that kind of grappling. He told me the other day he's been working with the Dagestanis. He squashed his beef. He's been working on his grappling for the past few weeks. And you see he posted him rolling and doing jiu-jitsu the other week, Humble.
Oh, nice work. He goes for the takedown. I like how they're both denying, though. They've had some good denials on the ground and on the feet. Nice work. Takes him to the cage. He's going to get some offense off right now. Yeah, nice work, Jay.
His stamina's low.
Yeah, and Conor McGregor recognizing that utilized body and he's instantly capitalizing on his opponent's vulnerabilities. He seems to be very much finding his way into this fight moment by moment. Got Korean Zombie a little bit on his back foot here in this kind of midpoint of the second round, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And I like the footwork right now. This is the key, footwork.
Ooh.
Footwork is the key. If you're Conor McGregor right now and you're Viper, you've got to utilize the footwork. Good work on the takedown defense again. And that's going to stop Noble from kind of coming forward and kind of pressing him against. And it's all about damage as well. Takedowns don't really mean shit in this game, Cyrus. They're about damage. It's about how much it doesn't matter if you take someone down, and control time doesn't mean nothing as well. Even the little tippy taps on the ground, they don't count. You might control someone for 3 minutes, they get on the feet and they pepper your face up. They've won the round because they've done the damage essentially, but it is good control and it's a better position for Jung to be in.
Yeah, you've got to work those submissions. You've got to work the ground and pound off your own, postured up in advantageous positions. And Noble is a man that's quite clearly taking a little bit of position over submission right now, or over the damage. But I imagine that as we close down this round, he's going to look for his opportunity to explode, Jay, because, of course, he's done all of this work to get down to the mat. And now is when he has the opportunity with little kind of risk to really let his hands go and try to get some of that damage off.
Yeah, and hold on. Hey, Conor has been impressing me on the ground, guys. I told y'all Conor has been in the lab ever since he broke his leg. He's been in the lab working the grappling. You see that, Humble? You see it?
Definitely. I can see him training. He's with John Kavanagh as well. John Kavanagh is one of the OGs of like the Irish and the British, like this sort of scene. I remember my coach Jerry Taylor kind of training and just competing against one of his lads, Joey Kavanagh, in a competition back in the day, and John Kavanagh was teaching us techniques before Conor McGregor was around, so I know how good he is, and in the jiu-jitsu scene he's fantastic. And Conor McGregor is no slouch. He did a great job of passing certain people's guard, Brandao, but he's landed great ground and pound, and that's where his power's in his hands, Cyrus. His power's in, he can be the Dagestani wrestler essentially.
Look, yeah, I mean, ultimately, right, JT Viper is behind the sticks here this evening. We've seen him do some work on the map, in the past, and he's utilizing Conor McGregor's grappling pretty well. For a guy that's not a grappler, right, it's not like he doesn't have skills down there. He stabilized out position, he postured up, he landed some absolutely momentous ground and pound, and now he's back on the feet. And this is in his world again, Jay Diamond, where he's going to look to try and pick Korean Zombie apart from the outside, but that can be easier said than done when you're up against such a kind of tricky opponent like Noble.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
He drops him! The hands! Jung's coming forward and he's surprised him. He's not going for the takedown anymore. He's not going for the takedown, Jay Dam. He's landing the boxing because of that combination. You're expecting the ground and pound. He's realized damage is key.
So that timing of that, because he went from a head kick to, I don't know, it's some Matrix shit going on, Cyrus.
Like he can almost see a couple of moments into the future. Right now, more often than not, Korean Zombie is landing on the chin of Conor McGregor, seemingly turning the tides in this third and final round. But there's still 3 minutes 30 on the clock, and JT Viper is fighting tooth and nail to try and get this one back in his favor. But look, once again, that stamina seems gone. It seems gone, Humble.
Yeah, it does. And we remember Conor McGregor getting out. Well, he was getting grappled by Khabib, and Conor McGregor, he get caught by an overhand. Kind of similar in this fight. Oh, it needs the body. Oh, the stamina has gone. He's massively vulnerable. JT is now starting to get teed off on, and Jung is starting to pour it on. I don't know the scorecard so far. I thought GT was 2 up to me. Honest, Cyrus, I'm really confused on this one. But the third round, we know is important. I think the other rounds were close. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could be 1-1 going into this third one. It could be, like you say, 2-1. But I don't think we're going to get that far, J-Dime. There's 2 minutes 20. These guys are hurting. They are tired, but they are still swanging and banging square in the center of this cage.
Swanging?
We're not seeing a final bell. We are not seeing that final bell. Someone's getting knocked out. And I would say it's Conor, but it's never over with Conor. It don't matter how much stamina he got. Conor only needs 1 punch, Humble.
He also needs 1 kick. Noble's doing something where he kind of... I wish he'd stop doing it because he's swaying left and right as he's moving backwards, and it completely drains your stamina. And if JT Viper can pick up on that and kind of...
Oh, my God!
Oh! JT Viper's got the back. He can't go for the choke. He hasn't got the arm bar. He's going to have to go for top mount. He's got 1 position. That is banned in prime time. We might have to review that in the future. I don't know if it's been changed, but JT Viper tries to get the posture up. Gets denied. Now in half guard, Cyrus.
And we saw what work he was able to do here last time. Had Korean Zombie right on the edge, but...
Fight's got heated up.
Oh, the
arm triangle.
I think this is potentially smart, right? He did a lot of damage, J-Dime, in the early part. He's got him gassed here, and there's actually a lot of time to cinch this up.
This may get close. I'm not going to lie to you. This potentially can get close, Humble.
No connection issues as well, and they're going for it. Oh, it's very close. He's going to get side control at least. You know, he's starting to follow the bar a lot more. And he's going to start to panic because he's going to have to. The submission bar's going to get faster at the end. And this could be it. Chan Sung Young is wrapping it up. No. And he gets
it zero. It was 0 seconds.
If Conor McGregor wins this fight, that's going to be crazy. Oh, Chan Sung Young 100% won the third. I don't have a freaking clue who won the first and second. That was a great fight. Great fight for us, even though the connection issue. That's why we do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's stabilized out as well, right? So it was stable before it. That's why it wasn't called off. Stable, obviously, after that first round, I would say. But god damn, man, what action they did put on. They didn't hold them back at all. And let's be honest, Korean Zombie was about 1.5 seconds away from a finish there.
Yeah, definitely. He was.
Wow.
He did a great job. Let's do a damn call this fight. Jay, who do you think's won?
Conor McGregor. Hey, hold on. I don't know.
This has got the biggest betting line of tonight as well. There's nearly 50,000 bet on this fight, so it's very interesting. A lot in the way of Chan Sung Young, probably from my favour, but you know, it was a very.
Somebody skipped it. They skipped it after all that. Conor McGregor wins the money for all of his supporters.
I haven't been wrong yet, but at the same time, Korean Zombie was 0.1 away from making him tap. Yeah, they got to run this back someday. Like this is. Fight.
Maybe not because of the connection, but,
that's why I said someday. I didn't say today. I said someday.
Imagine they had mine and your connection, J-Dan. That would be a smooth fight, and that would be a fantastic fight as well. It'd be really, really interesting to watch because I feel like they're equally matched.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
Robbery in the chat. I love it though because it was such a close fight. Both guys get more respect. Seriously, both did what they needed to do.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a sensational fight. I think both guys rose to the occasion. They both showcased their skills themselves very, very well, and I, for one, I'm interested to see what they're able to do going forward under this banner. With that being said, though, my guys, propels us very, very beautifully onto the next one. Going to be 2 gentlemen. I hope I'm saying this name right. Tomaselli up against KM Intro in the bantamweight division. These 2 guys, from everything I know, especially about introspectively, I mean that guy is a savage, man. That his all-round striking game is a beauty to behold. Has had a little bit of a skid as of recently, but is looking to bounce back. But like I said, has his work cut out for him there, Humble.
Definitely, you know, he's mainly a striker. He has a diverse range of shots and can come from different angles as well. He's going to be fighting, I'm going to try and say his name, Tomaselli. And, you know, his striker, head movement base, looks to keep his head off the center line. And that's what you need against someone who's a good striker. You need to be able to do that. And I love the picks. They've got 2 team alpha male guys. And I've always said this about Cody Garbrandt, you know, you've got to be careful with that chin J-Dime. But he's also left Team Alpha Male. If we're not correct, he criticised TJ Dillashaw for leaving Team Alpha Male to go to Dwayne.
Did he leave? Are you sure?
And then the next fight camp that he had was a title fight, 100%, and he went to Jackson's to train, and I was completely gobsmacked that he criticised TJ to do so and went there. But Song Yadong has been a Team Alpha Male throughout the years. He's developed a fantastic striking style. I think he's under 25 as well. He's one of the most prolific strikers in that division already, and he's only 25 years old. We talk about Sean O'Malley, we talk about all these guys, but Song Yadong is an absolute killer in that division.
Yeah, his boxing, his ability to mix it up with grappling, of course, training with the likes of Team Alpha Male, and the similarities between the two don't just stop there. In the game, they've both got the unique step back, which is absolutely beautiful on a counter, but the standout thing there, Jay, is the power that both guys possess. Their boxing combinations, combined with the power and speed that they hold, is honestly sensational and often leads to knockouts pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. But Cody got a little more power, but him not having a chin cancels it out. And Song Yadong is 24. Oh, he's 24, not 25 yet, Humble.
Yeah,
Ain't there yet.
24 is crazy. Like, I believe his last fight, he knocked the guy out cold, and he's had a great career kind of warming up. One of the only Chinese fighters as well to kind of come out of there, and he's doing a great job. He'll have a great following in there. Zhang was followed massively, and in the game, he just keeps getting better. I keep seeing that. I think he got the biggest update in one of the last sort of updates that he got, because I covered it, and it was absolutely massive. And next time he fights, if he wins that fight as well, it's going to be huge, and he's going to be such a formidable force. But he already is. He needs to catch Cody a few times in that chin before it becomes a problem, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100%. He is doing a really good job now of utilizing things like lunging straights and the like to really interrupt his opponent, as you can see there, before their connections froze up for a moment, utilizing things like the backstep I was mentioning earlier to get out of range, J-Dime. These guys are obviously very, very highly technical, and quite honestly, it's very much a kind of a chess battle right here.
It is, but Cody got to be careful of that chin, because that chin could get cleaned up real quick, Humble.
Yeah, it could. And I think it's a kind of phrase. I'll let Cyrus say it in a bit, but you can't go full Cody. You've got to keep that. You got to keep that chilled, and you've got a nice game. I like the footwork at the moment from Intro. He's very experienced in this cage, and one of the things from experience that I always notice with good fighters is the footwork, the ringmanship. Ringmanship and footwork can win you fights on its own, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right, brother. Exactly right. Because you can, be out of range from when your opponent is trying to fire, as you saw right there, lunging strike to the body, and just by the footwork, the circling out, Cody wasn't able to respond. Ooh. He is right here, though, currently catching him taking some pictures, but I feel like these guys are about to start heating up for this last minute on a crazy pace, Jay.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful. And
this is great.
And first of all, I like what Song Yadong is doing. He's getting his, and he's getting out the way. And he's letting Cody kind of swing himself out, too. Not staying in a phone booth with him, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly, brother. Exactly right. We mentioned, right, both very, very close power. Cody maybe having a slight advantage, but if Intro is continuing to use his footwork, not like that, timing the straight perfectly, though, allowed him to empty his gas tank, and he's trying to get him out of there, Humble.
Yeah, nice work. The control of the center of the octagon is the key in this fight. Intro is such an experienced veteran in the game, and he's really doing well. He's firing different shots. He's changing the rhythm. He's throwing one, getting out with their front two. He's trying to catch his opponent on a certain beat. So if he's throwing his opponent two shots and then he's coming out, there you go, exactly that. You see it right there. He circles out just as his opponent throws the second shot. He knows when it's coming. And his opponent's got to switch up that rhythm. Otherwise, this is going to be an easy night for Intro as he keeps catching him, going backwards and controlling that octagon. I'd like to see Garbrandt take over.
Yeah, he's going to have to crack that chin once or twice more, though. He doesn't need to start almost going full Garbrandt there, Humble, because I just feel like he's maybe being picked apart a little bit too much. Needs to be more of a dogfight, and when he seems to be kind of engaging in that, we've seen Song Yadong kind of taking pictures and almost, willingly go into it on occasion.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to shoot a shout out to Naz as well. Come through with his trick TikTok, guys. Beautiful work right there as he comes through. Song Yadong starting to land a combination. Just got us up to an Indy 170 followers. All the guys came through right there. Thank you guys for coming along. I believe Naz is the next fight, boy. What a fight we have right now from Tomaselli versus Intro. Kim putting their names on the map. Kim have got a fantastic gym, J Diamond. It's really shown with the sort of ringmanship, the craftsmanship that we're seeing from Intro right now. It's a fantastic fight, but a fantastic performance so far from Intro against Tomaselli.
I love the way the Intro's fighting right now. Like he's fighting with no ego. He's getting his and getting out. He's making Cody miss. He's controlling the center of the octagon. It's beautiful, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, it very much is. For like we've been speaking about it throughout the course of the evening so far. The footwork, weird cartwheel kick. Not gonna lie to you, it's very, very close. But I feel like he's trying to do what we mentioned, make this into a dogfight. Just having a lot of problem behind the combinations of Intro right now. He's doing so well to stay technical and continue to have a very much workmanlike performance. Over the course of the last kind of 8 minutes or so there, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. It's just it's good veterans. Nice right work right there. Beautiful. As he comes in, here's the rear hook that catches him. Beautiful body work, presses him back. Beautiful work from Intro as he starts to land combinations that Will needs to keep in mind his P's and Q's, Cyrus. Cody Garbrandt's chin has been tested throughout, but that stamina looks sus.
Yeah, I'm
going to tell you why it's sus. He's making him miss all them shots. He's getting dropped, and he's missing a lot. He's whiffing. Like, if you hit their glove, it doesn't hurt him. Oh, my gosh, he's picking them apart. But once you whiff, that takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, not for certain, man. And he's on shaky legs right now. The cardio is not really there. The damage is already starting to accumulate in a massive way. Humble. He's got himself pressed up against the cage and throwing at air anytime he's trying to catch Song Yadong. I don't know how much longer Cody can withstand any sort of barrage from, Intro.
Yeah, what I love about this as well, it builds up to the next fight as well, because Intro is obviously the teammate of Naz. You've got a lot of fans of Naz coming through the chat. If you guys want to compete as well, you can join Primetime. We'll put the link in the description to compete with the likes of Naz. It is his debut in this season, coming through, and his intro is kind of leading into that, and all these guys are going to get a witness Naz versus Skish in the next fight, and it's going to be such a fantastic fight. But KM Intro is a veteran of this game. He's a fantastic fighter, and he's somebody that's kind of picked up all these techniques by sparring the likes of Naz, by sparring the likes of Tadpole, and every other veteran that's in KM, and all the great guys in there. They take this game very seriously, and you can see it right now with the combinations that are coming from Song Yadong, Cyrus.
Yeah, look, they have standout styles and standout performances for sure. He is not fully ahead in this fight. Cody is trying to answer back with something, but the overwhelming body of work, the style that is being on display is all the way of Intro right now. He's got him hurt, he's got him gassed, and looking for that finishing shot, Jay.
Yeah, right now, Intro's putting on a show, a beautiful performance. This is a technical masterpiece right now, Humble.
Yeah, definitely is. I love it. It's really nice to watch as well. You can watch these blitz performances. You can watch technical striking. He's using longer striking fakes, using footwork. He's using great technique. And Song Yadong is the perfect fighter for him right now. And I just like how he's kind of mixing up. Look at Lunch to the Boy Cyrus. It's absolutely beautiful right there.
Yeah. Oh, bro, he is picking him apart. This is where he's in his complete and utter flow state. Introspectively, very, very much standing out, taking this opportunity to completely showcase his skills, Jay Diamond. That's the kind of damage that Tomaselli can do when he lets go, but just doesn't have the gas tank, bro.
What he's doing to him should be illegal. That's all I'm saying. He's beating him like he stole his bike, and this is just a technical masterpiece right now, Humble.
Oh yeah, I fucked up as well. I said Naz was KM. He's not. He's EK.
He's EK.
Completely different camp. I was like, wait there, am I right? I'm wrong again. No, the whiskey's kicking in tonight, Cyrus. Oh, look at that! Look at that.
Tell me, bro, those KM boys. KM boys, they got the skills to pay their bills. Get the finish, J Dime, here in this third round. And he did it with style, brother. He did it with goddamn style.
He was styling on him. Like, I'm going to be real with you. Tomaselli's a tough competitor, but what he was doing to him should have been illegal. It was technical brilliance, and he was beating him up. It was mean. It was pretty. It was everything, Humble.
Yeah, that was a fantastic performance. As nearly 300 people come and join us tonight, the performance that we just seen from Intro was exactly that. He wanted to show these guys who've just come to join this esports community that we put so much work into, Cyrus. He wanted to show these guys what's up, and this is the prelims. The featured fight of tonight is Naz versus Skish, and this is a fight before that, and Intro put his name on the map in front of every single guy tonight. If you didn't know his name already, now you do.
Yeah, look, we've said it many times, and if you are a Primetime faithful part of the family, you will already know the Primetime guarantee continues to deliver. Song Yadong in this one, KM Intro, getting his hand raised in a fanatic way there, J Dime. Honestly, like we've spoken about it many, many times, but like you said, almost should have been illegal what he was able to do to his opponent here this evening, but it just speaks volumes to the skill sets that he has available to him, the training partners that he has with the likes of Caliber, of course, the former champion and the like. And I mean, just absolute technical brilliance, as you mentioned, my man. It takes us beautifully onto our featured fight of the prelim. It is going to be the one and only EK Naz. A lot of support for him coming through in the chat. Going up against KM Sketch, one of the training partners of KM Intro that you just saw, painting that beautiful destruction here this evening. We spoke about this fight at length, probably the most that we've ever spoken about a featured prelim in the past there, to be quite honest with you, and for good reason. These guys quite easily at some point, you know, in the very near future will be headlining some of these shows, and honestly, it's going to be a special one there, Humble.
Yeah, and obviously I know these guys incredibly well because both of these guys have been over on PlayStation in my neck of the woods, and I've played these guys extensively. Skitch is someone I've been screaming about over and over again. He's actually the former teammate of the guy Intro that we just talked about, and you can see the technique from Intro right there. Skitch is one of the best strikers in the game. He's one of my favorite people to play on this game because he teaches you so much with his setups. He has like 5-string combinations, 4-string combinations, but at the same time, that can get you in trouble, J-Dime. If Naz is smart in this fight, he can kind of get Skitch to overcommit and do what he needs to do. When we're talking about the ESFL former champion, I'll let you break down Naz, J-Dime.
Okay, so we got the former ESFL champion, Naz, the TikTok sensation, Naz, and he brought a lot of support with him too.
He did.
A lot of support. Shout out to Naz and his supporters.
100%.
But there may be a lot of pressure on him. But like I said, pressure can do one or two things: bust pipes or make diamonds. So as long as Naz come in there cool, calm, collected, it should be a good fight for him, a good competitive fight. But if he let the pressure get to him, it could be a little different, Humble.
Yeah, I'll jump in before Cyrus goes as well. There is predictions. If you want to put your predictions on, get your predictions in the chat. They're at the top of the page. You can actually bet on who you think's going to win. It's 44,000 to Skitch and 56 to Naz at the moment. Very even fight. And people don't know how good of a fight this is. It's going to be fantastic. And we've got my favourite fighter, Sean O'Malley versus Cody Garbrandt. We know that Shane is going to be tested in this fight. Sorry, Cyrus.
Yeah, honestly, starting out very, very quickly. Skitch is mixing it up. Lovely little slip off that centre line from Naz, trying to play the patient game and pick his opponent off, poke him at a distance. Does get that knockover and works the clinch a little bit, J-Dime, but as you can see, Skitch getting back in with the boxing combinations.
This could be troubling for Cody. Ooh, that's a nice kick because it's hard to close the distance on Sean O'Malley, but Cody has the power to get in there and do it, Humble.
Yeah, he definitely does. I love the Sean O'Malley pick because he's going to have that range. It depends on Naz fights. He usually settles down in fights. He's also got great grappling. He's coming over with a lot of people as well, nearly 300 people. And you've got to give credit where credit's due. You know, he's a fantastic platform on TikTok. He does a great job of kind of coming out. He's outspoken as well, Cyrus. He's got a lot of people that hate him and love him, and that's what you've got to do in this community. You've got to make an impact. You've got to make a splash.
Yeah, we said it earlier, brother. We'll say it again. If you haven't got haters, you ain't doing it right. You know, ultimately, not everybody's gonna fuck with you, and when you're winning, you know, ultimately it doesn't matter if they're supporting you or not. You are getting yourself up those rankings, and quite honestly, he's garnished a lot of support as a result. Skitch is well known though, and as game as they come, you can see these guys trading in the center, landing quite a lot of damage on each other, Jay.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great fight. That could be going either way right now. I don't know who's winning this fight right now, Humble.
Oh, it's a great fight. Like, Naz's fans in the chat don't know who Skitch is until now, and they're going to learn because Naz knows who Skitch is, you know. Naz knows who everyone in this community is, and one thing about Naz is I'll credit him for, and I've credited to him many, many times, even though we've been opponents. He's one of those guys that he gives back to the community, and I love that about him. He also keeps relevant with the community, and keeps relevant with techniques, he keeps relevant with everything amongst the community, and that's what you've got to do to be successful and be on top.
Yeah, 100%. I honestly, one of the biggest things that he has a very rock solid style, and I actually feel like he's almost frustrating Skitch a little bit here. You don't see Skitch missing big wayward shots like that, and that's partly due to the footwork of Naz, and partly due to maybe the frustration he's starting to settle in with some of those teeps and knees to the body.
Footwork and that range from Sean. That's why I said that reach is hard to get over from Sean O'Malley. It's tough, Humble.
Yeah, it is. That's why I love playing with him. You know, Sean O'Malley's going to be a future contender, if not world champion, in my opinion. and he's only going to get better in the game. So it's smart to kind of play with him. I know Naz likes to play with Conor McGregor. Oh, big shot right there from Naz, and Naz has got him on wobbly ribs, right? Wobbly heads, wobbly legs, both the same thing, but he starts to land them uppercuts in the clinch. And I like how he's mixing that up as well, Cyrus. He's really making Skish think about the uppercuts as he grabs his head and starts to uppercut him immediately. You know, you've got a quick target there, you've got your hand on the back of the head, you're just aiming for your hand essentially.
Yeah, exactly right, brother. They are starting out this second round very, very quickly as expected. Skitch is going to try and make some adjustments to some of the shots down the center. As you see, some beautiful footwork right there, but the pull on the shot and the knee, it's been there for Naz over and over, J Diamond. It's really, really starting to tax on Skitch.
Yeah, it is. It looked like Naz got a good game plan.
Beautiful! Excellent work from Naz. He timed it to perfection. The slip was waiting as Skish came into that little trap like a Venus flytrap. He landed the elbow perfectly on the chin, J-Time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Naz is looking really good right now. Skitch isn't out of it, but Naz got the drop last round, and Naz is on fire right now, Cyrus.
Yeah, it seems zoned in. Did eat a big lead uppercut from Skitch right there, but did not stop him for one moment. Has to be careful here, bro. On the inside, look at Skitch go!
Someone winded him up and let him go. Skish decided that we're going to start to release the combinations. I know he starts to catch him with some beautiful uppercuts. The hooks come, the kick right. The knee comes. He may as well. The kitchen sink is getting thrown by Skitch, and Naz has got to deal with it, but seems to be composed, J-Time.
Like I said, pressure can do two things: bust pipes or make diamonds. Right now, he looks cool, calm, collected. It looks like Naz may finish him soon, but Skitch is not out of it.
Lovely, bro. I love the lunges. Absolutely love them. Pull on pull. Did not land a counter, of course. These guys recognizing it. Almost reset, but then the damage comes back from Skitch.
I love Skish. He doesn't get deterred by the opportunity. You know, he knows he's fighting a good fighter, and he knows fighting. These guys are both going to be top of the division. Let's be real.
Oh my God!
Skitch may
Naz is going to survive.
This
Jesus.
is a great fight.
Leaving it
Skitch,
all in
I
the
told you,
cage.
Skitch not out of it. Cyrus, he is not out of it.
Never, brother, but he is. Still, once again, now that Naz has recovered, almost in a bit of a precarious position, he is pressed up against this cage. You know that Naz is trying to bait him out with a number of different feints, trying to get all he can. Honestly, this is exactly what we expected it to be. An absolutely sensational war from two very high-level competitors.
Yeah, definitely. Naz has knocked me out most times on the feet when it comes to like the pull elbow and the different. He has really good timing because he knows what's coming back his way, and that's when he gets into his rhythm. But I really like the control from Naz at the moment with the cage. The footwork from Naz is fantastic. The knee just threw right there. The fake, beautiful work from Naz. And Skish is on thin ice. He needs to be careful right now because Naz is trying to hunt down that prey, J-Dime.
Yeah, but Skitch is still not out of it, like I said. But then again, he got the chin of Cody. And like Naz may put this away. This may be over. This may actually be over now.
It's a reversal. Xavier Amber.
10 seconds left on this round. Reversal at the very end, but entertainment non-stop for the last 10 minutes, J-Dime. Strike after strike, technique after technique. These guys have battled to the very, very end. We have 5 minutes left on the clock. This is where they need to seize that opportunity and maybe even just take the judges out of it, because we know how unreliable they are.
Yeah, well, this isn't going to the judges.
No,
I don't know why the judges are here. Someone's getting put this. Oh my!
Shit!
And the rage quit, brother. That was phenomenal. Shout out both competitors. Respect to the winner, EK Naz. Getting the job done, brother. Getting the job done here this evening, and in a pretty emphatic way. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's content right there. That's content right there. That's all I'm saying. You know, that's content right there. Naz, you know, appreciate you for bringing all the guys through as well. I do appreciate you. Me and Naz have had history in the past, I'll say that. But I'm friends with Skish. I'm friends with Naz, and these guys are both prolific. They're both great strikers, and they both bring the excitement to the community. What a fight that was to end our prelims, J-Dime.
Man, that fight could have easily been on the main card. And I appreciate Naz for bringing his supporters here too. That was a great fight. Even though Skitch got beat, it was a great fight. Skitch had his moments where he was giving Naz trouble, and it looked like he may have got Naz out of there. But at the end of the day, Naz was cool, calm, and collected, and he didn't want to lose in front of his supporters. Naz did what he had to do, humble.
I'll say this about Skish as well. Skish is the best French player in the world. Skitch is the best French player in the world. I've not seen a better French player than Skitch, and I'll say that hand on heart. I've played nearly every single person in that top 200-300, and I know he's moved to Xbox right now, but I believe he's the top. He's the best player in the French community. So, you know, Cyrus, that guy, he's obviously holds it to heart. He knows who Naz is. They've got some history. They've probably talked a bit. And that's why the rage quit came. But Skitch is fantastic. You can see that in that fight. He was never out of it until he was out of it.
Yeah, look, it was a featured spot on tonight's card. Tonight is a big card as it is. And then, of course, EK Naz is a big name for Skitch to come across. Both guys knew how kind of game each other were. As you mentioned, they've been around the scene for a long time. Both came originally from the PlayStation side of the equation. So honestly, we've spoken about it from the beginning of the card and how much we were anticipating what that fight could potentially be. And sometimes, you know, as a result, when you hype a fight up so much, they can be a little bit of a letdown. That most certainly was not, though. They lived up to all the hype and some. So much respect. Make sure to, of course, EK Naz coming through with massive support this evening. If you're not already, make sure to follow that guy on TikTok, Twitch, and the like. But as we move forward into the main card, my guys, we have got sensational fight after sensational fight. Up first, we've got Mystiques up against one of your kind of campmates out there, Humble, Big Balls Ned, also known as She Loves Tokyo. Absolutely phenomenal stylistic matchups. Another fight that, quite honestly, should be hell for leather the entire time.
Yeah, Ned is a fantastic fight. Just before all the Naz guys go, because I know they're going down in the drones. If you guys want to join the league and fight the likes of Naz, you know, he's 1-0 at the moment in the division. So if you come and join the league, it might be fighting him, essentially. So come and join the league. There's a Discord button right there. And the reason he was on the prelims as well, a lot of people saying he should be main card because he's the ESFL champion. We don't take that in consideration. And if we do, that's why he's featured prelim, because he's fighting someone we know he's a good fighter. He's fighting somebody else that's a great fighter, and that's why he's the featured prelim. But you don't jump the gun in prime time. You earn what you deserve, and that gets you higher up in the card. And the guys who are winning records, we have a ranking system. We have all these things just like the UFC, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to earn your way up. Let's be real. Naz last season wasn't the greatest. He didn't do the best. This season, he's 1-0. He's flying. He's already up there. I'm sure he'll get a fantastic opponent in his next fight.
All about momentum, and he is off to a sensational start there, J-Dime. But with that, like I said, Big Balls Ned up against Mystiques. I believe these guys should be ready to go. It is now the main card of this evening, which means that 5-star fighters are allowed. There is no kind of there's no restrictions on now who you can use, other than, of course, there are no mirror matches at this stage. Looks like we're going to see Conor McGregor up against Leon Edwards. These two guys have beautiful striking, different striking, well, very, very much a technique-heavy approach in terms of keeping it very kind of close and defensively sound from Leon Edwards. A lot more explosive, maybe risk-taking from Conor McGregor out there, J-Dime, and I think that kind of mix-up of styles, especially with the guys who are backing those fighters, is going to be an absolute beautiful sight to behold.
I'm going to be real. I have a prediction here. The Southpaw fighter is going to win this. Whoever's a Southpaw is going to win this.
Is he Masvidal?
That's your favorite Southpaw now, Jorge Masvidal.
I love Leon Edwards. Like I'm a British guy, you know. He's a great fighter. He's got that length. He's got 5-star elbows as well. I'm not sure if anybody knows that. And Mystiques is a good fighter. And Ned, for me, if he gets going and he gets the combinations, I've told Cyrus this over and over again. He's one of the most single-handedly best overhand setups I've ever played on this game. I don't get caught with overhands. Against Ned, I always do. I don't understand. The guy sets up his overhands perfectly. But Ned is one of those guys that if he's not playing the game, sometimes he can come back cold, and that's the key. So has he been playing the game every day? Because I haven't. And has he been putting the work in to kind of improve? I haven't. I haven't been around, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, honestly, that sort of, we mentioned him only on momentum is everything, J-Dime. It is absolutely everything, and if he's a little bit cold, it could go against him, but he seems to be landing a couple of shots right here. The first couple of shots on the opposite end of Mystiques seems to be very technical, looking to keep it very much down the barrel with the teeps and, you know, kind of the jabs, the straights, and the like, and that could pay dividends for him if Big Balls Ned continues to wind up on some of these big winding shots.
You said it right about momentum. Momentum is a hell of a drug, and that's what this game is based off of. You can be getting your ass whooped. Say you land the overhand and you stun him. It's going to change the whole fight. Earlier, we seen the Anthony Pettis-Jorge fight. Someone was getting whooped, and the next thing you know, they dropped him. It's over, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And A bit about the record of these guys. I FU Doc in the back of the truck who's put that, you know, Ned's a fantastic striker. They had the most pullouts of anybody in prime time. Beat Humble. Lovely elbow right there. As he catches him, goes to the body. Ned's starting to land right now. Drops him to the body. He's going to try and finish it. Great work from Ned.
Block your body. Oh my gosh. Oh my, Leon.
I don't know how he survived, bro. Some of these guys, they just have a knack for being able to eke out a couple of extra seconds and survive, and that sometimes allows them to turn it back around. But out of the frying pan into the fire there, Humble, he is absolutely slaughtering him with ground and pound right now.
Yeah, Ned says F you, and he's coming for the kill right now. And I was about to say, Meeseeks has took a break from the game, but he was 3-0 this season. So he's currently ranked number 16th at 3-0. You know, he's took a slight break for a couple of weeks, and he's come back, and he's fighting Ned, who is a vet. Ned's like a journeyman who beats massive fighters sometimes. He's beat some of the top 10 consistently and impressively, but then he loses to other fighters that he shouldn't do sometimes, and mainly because that's he blows his stamina, and he's got to be careful of that J-Dime, or he starts cold, essentially.
Humble, I'm surprised you're not in the corner coaching him, because you're supposed to be the leader of KIA Killers in Action.
I'm not the leader. I'm not the leader. We don't have a leader. We are a community of camp. But KIA, we are looking for new members. If you are looking to join us, what we do, we take all sorts of people. Usually, every single person in our camp is a Division 20 who's been in the top 100 at least 4 or 5 seasons. But Ned is doing a fantastic job in this round, in my opinion, Cyrus. As a campmate of mine, I'm very proud of him right now. It's a great fight, though, and I can see Meeseeks kind of sneaking through a few shots right there.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, honestly, it's one of those ones where I said it can really just be down to a single strike that is landed. These guys live and die in those high vulnerability sort of moments. Of course, as I mentioned, Meeseeks tends to do it a little bit more off the back foot, but as you can see, Big Balls Ned will absolutely let them hang out here, Jay, and go for the riskiest of techniques, and it often comes up trumps for him.
Yeah, but he got to be careful because his head health is getting a little low. Oh, never mind. He don't. I lied.
Gotta be careful for that overhand. It's coming. Oh, he goes to the spin kick.
You eat that?
He ate it.
Leon, you're really tough. Leon just ate that heel to his face.
Oh my. Bro,
Sorry,
no, as you were saying, brother.
I was about to say, you got to go back to the basics if you, Leon. No, I don't like to coach my teammates' opponents, but you got to go back to the basics and keep it. You know, you're in Ned's front a lot. His stamina goes down a lot, and you've got to keep that basics on. You've got to use the jab, you've got to use the team, use Leon's. Nice work right there from Leon. Oh, Leon's getting caught, and he's got to be careful of that power. Ned did a fantastic job in this fight, so I'm so impressed. I haven't seen him fight in a while. It's nice to see him fight.
Yeah, 100%, brother. 100%. He gets him caught once again. This is the Big Balls Ned of old. Damage after damage is being landed there, J-Dime, and he is looking very, very smooth coming into the second round.
Yeah, he's looking smooth as silk right now. Right now, he's doing all he wants. This is a really composed, really swaggy Big Balls Ned right now, Humble.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. Like, it's hard to me not to be biased because I'm watching a teammate fight. But Mystics, for me, is a great fighter. Like, I love watching him fight. He's 3-0 this season. He's number 16 in the division in PlayStation. It's not easy to get. I'm number, like, 50 or something like that. So, you know, this guy's done a fantastic job of earning his spot. And Ned is coming up tonight, and he means freaking business, Cyrus.
He does, brother. He does. Obviously, went away to the mountains, came back looking healthy. This guy seems refocused and willing to cause all sorts of damage on his opponent, willing to engage everywhere as well, J-Dime, which is refreshing to see. Doesn't look to just do it on the feet, looks to make Edwards work in every single spot he finds himself.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to jinx Ned, but he looks really good right now, Humble.
I just don't want to see him kind of chase the finish. He's got to be careful because you see how good Mystics is. Nice body work there, though. Hits him with the uppercut. It's a lead uppercut. He starts to taunt Ed. Can he finish his dinner, though? That's the question. Ned needs to get them extra points. He's got 50 seconds left this round to get the finish. And against someone who's number 14, number 16 in the rankings, this could be huge, Cyrus.
Oh my god, brother. This is... Oh my god! Can you imagine he got knocked out there?
I thought he would get knocked out.
He got so lucky. He got so lucky.
Hands are behind the back and everything, bro.
That could have been a TikTok. That could have been its own TikTok. That would have been crazy.
Bro, if he drops the ball in this fight right here, if Meeseeks is able to come back into this one. Jay, it could be
No.
crazy.
Ed, you crazy motherfucker.
Hey, how did he not get stunned or nothing? He taunted and got punched. That's so crazy to me. He put his hands behind his back and got punched and still was looking at him. Then he dropped him. I said, this is a bad man right here, Humble.
Bad man or stupid, you know, Ned's one of my favorite people in the community. I really get on with him. Like, we have a really good relationship. He comes through. This is what he's like. This is what he's like. He's either fantastic or he gets incredible finishes, but he'll let his opponent up. He wants to make a statement. He wants a highlight reel, and he's trying to hunt for it now, Cyrus. Maybe at his detriment.
Maybe at his detriment. Not today, brother. Not today. That left hand was money. Throughout this evening there, J-Dime sets it on his chin one more time and separates him from his consciousness. Big Bulls Ned letting them hang here this evening and looking sensational. A little bit risky, bro. A little bit risky.
That was impressive. That was very impressive. I'll let his teammate talk though.
Yeah, a few people calling him out. I like that. Monkey God's calling him out in the chat right now. I love that fight. Ned's going to fly up the rankings again. This is the problem with Ned is consistency, right, Cyrus? We see these great performances. We see these fantastic, displays where he looks unbeatable all of a sudden. Takes a bit of a break, comes back and doesn't look himself, and then loses one. That's why he's got a kind of an even record. He's had 24 fights this season. 24 fights. 24. He's got the most pullouts of anybody in Primetime. That's a fact. There's nobody else that's pulled out against more than against Ned than on Primetime. And all of a sudden, you got Mystics who comes in, he's took the fight, he's a brilliant fight, he's ranked number 16th, and Ned gets the win. And the catapult himself up with a finish as well. And those guys in the top 15 at the moment have got to look out because Ned's dangerous.
Yeah, no, 100%, brother, 100%. He's prolific. He's absolutely prolific. The reason he has that many fights is he will fight anybody anytime. He takes fights on short notice. Doesn't always go his way, right? Like we said, when you're fighting that actively, when you're putting yourself up against such a massive variance of styles and kind of mentalities that are brought to this game, sometimes it's not going to go your way. You need to make those adjustments. But that's what makes him so dangerous. Is he's fought the who's who, and he's been able to learn from all of the losses that the losses he's had, and he comes up winning more often than not because of that. He learns from those lessons. He's got a big future ahead of him. Once again, like he has a massive kind of past with us within Primetime MMA, but it very, very much does kind of move us on very nicely into the main card there. I'm going to leave you guys kind of run it down for the next couple of 30 seconds or so as I get one or two of the back end things prepared, but we do have absolutely killer fights lining up there. FSK Jamie Bucks, Hasbobs, Ripe up against NM Liam. I mean, what fights stand out to yourselves, guys?
Oh, definitely. And me and Jay Dan are going to take this one away because we've got so many fights that are coming up. We've got one, two, three, four. We've got nearly 6 fights that are coming up at Jay Diamond. And that main event for me is Trixie is the highlight of any card. He's the reason. He's like pay-per-view worthy. Trixie for me is one of the best fights to watch ever. He's literally, since I came over to Primetime, I didn't really know much about Xbox. As soon as I watched Trixie fight in here 3 or 4 times, I realized that these guys on Xbox are freaking serious and they've got some of the best fighters in the world, Jay Diamond. That fight for me tonight is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% because everybody wants to dethrone the GOAT, Trixie. And Trixie has had some minor setbacks recently, but he came all the way back and got the belt again, which is even more impressive. And also, Trixie and Fatinator to me are like the top 2 on Xbox to me on Primetime. Like those two, that rivalry, every time I look forward to it. What I say last time, Humble? I said Trixie fight, I said Fatinator fighting. I always say that because those are...
And I'm not shitting on Fatinator, but Trixie, Fatinator never beat Trixie in Primetime until this season. They fought each other nearly 10, 15 times. I can't remember how many it was, but Fatinator never beat Trixie in Primetime until this season, and he beat him twice, I believe it was. And Trixie actually beat him in the first Grand Prix that we have. And to capitalise on that as well, we've already discussed it tonight. The end of this season, we have seasons. On this one where we have a ranking system, it all builds up towards the end of the season. We have a massive Grand Prix of the top 15 of each, or top 16 of each division, where we're going to fight and find out who the belt is, including the champion. And that's going to be coming to a head. I believe we're going to do until Primetime 70. We're currently at Primetime 68. So that's 2 weeks away, Jay Time, which I cannot wait for. It's going to be fantastic. I'm not sure if Cyrus is back because I can hear some talk. But yeah, Cyrus, you know, those events are usually the biggest events that we have. They're like almost WrestleMania moments in prime time, and they always build up and they're always brilliant.
Yeah, no, exactly right, brother. Those Grand Prix are, if you've never been part of them before, definitely tune in for the next couple of weeks. They are madness, to say the least. We've got the top of each division. These guys have battled out for weeks and weeks, month on month now, to find themselves in their ranked positions, and whoever finds themselves in that top 15/16 come the end of that season, you know, is in for a really, really good spot, because like you said, the champion will defend their belt every step of the way. He has to defend it 4 times, 5 times on a night to walk away champion. Gives us a beautiful kickoff to that season, but it's very, very much big things ahead of us. We will be running a couple of entertaining events, a little bit offshoot from maybe UFC in the interim as well. But with all of that being said, guys, I think that we are about ready to get into Hasbob's up against FSK's very own Jamie Bucks. This one is in the featherweight division, J-Dime. It's a fun weight class to be in. Of course, there are now 5-star fighters, as we mentioned earlier, available to these guys, and we're seeing the one and only Bold Volkanovski up against Jose Aldo. I think this may be his debut. I think this is the first time we've seen Bold Volkanovski. I could be wrong.
Oh, yes, it is. You're right. It's the first time in prime time, and I've not actually seen him on the game. I've been distant at the moment. I know Chito Vera got added to the game, J-Time. As long as that Bold Volkanovski, 5-star Volkanovski, probably, like, for me, one of the most consistent and best fighters in the world. And I think he's getting better. You've seen him knock out opponents. You've seen him fucking max out Max Holloway. You know, that face wasn't good. That wasn't a competitive fight. I don't care what anyone says, and I'm a huge Max Holloway fan. I'm one of the biggest Max Holloway fans in the world, and I will easily say Volkanovski is becoming one of the greatest fighters, and he's in his freaking prime, and you get to see it tonight. I don't have a clue what he's like on the game at the moment. He was one of my favourite fighters to use already. Now he's got better. This is going to be tough for Jose Aldo.
I mean, myself personally, I do love Jose Aldo myself out here, J-Dime. I mean, he just has a beautiful Muay Thai style, but it is tough to deal with that unrelenting style of Volkanovski. He just has such a chin and power. He can maybe start attacks away at Jamie Bucks' cardio, but it can be easier said than done, because we've got to remember, it is Jamie Bucks behind the pad.
Yeah, it don't matter how good the character is. It depends who's on the sticks. And shout out to Bald Volk, because it's like he was already great. Once he shaved his head off, it's like he got even better. He got like superpowers, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And like, you know, I like to use him anyway. He's got 99. I know Docs just put him in the chat there. He's got 99 footwork, 96 chin, 98 cardio. Those 3 things alone are huge. And they're going to help him kind of move around the cage. You can see already the footwork beginning. He's against that fence. And I speak about this a lot, Cyrus. When he gets someone against the fence, he can't move backwards.
Behind those black lines is the danger zone for sure. Hasbobs is beating him here this evening like we said earlier, like he stole something. And that was a vital takedown, J-Dime, changing the momentum when Hasbobs just seemingly was not stopping for anything, brother. Not for a second.
Listen to me. He needed that takedown because he threw that uppercut from hell. Like, it was a nice exchange, and he get hit with an up. Jose Aldo suddenly on the ground, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And we talked about earlier on about this season coming to an end, and it's a great time to kind of, because we're starting to get to the main card. These guys are fighting for spots, Cyrus.
Yeah.
You're top 16 get into this tournament, right? So you've currently got Jamie Bucks sat at number 16. You got Hasbro 1-0 at the moment. So Hasbro is trying to capitalize and take out a top 16 guy and try to take his spot and trying to get in there. That's huge right now, and Jamie Bucks is currently using the ground and pound to kind of utilize that and trying to take over this fight essentially.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, this is exactly what he needed, utilizing some of that jiu-jitsu up against the forward momentum of Hasbobs. I mean, it's the veteran savvy of Jamie Bucks. He could see that it wasn't going his way in the early going, J-Dime. Switched it up, and now this is all him, brother. He's got him cut. The elbows continue to rain up, and we've probably got another 1 minute 20 of Jamie Bucks just chipping away at him. And I mean, look, that's going to be a very strong spot to start out this next round, right?
Yeah, because now if you're Jose Aldo, even though you got dropped, you know he can't mess with you on the ground. You dominate when you're on the ground. So now you can add that to the game plan, make that adjustment. It could be a different fight, Humble.
Yeah, and you've seen this against Chito Vera in real life. You know, Jose Aldo was struggling against Chito Vera. I think he realized that Chito Vera is an actual real dangerous striker, as we've seen in his last fight against Font. And he made that adjustment and took him down for the third round. It was 1-1 going into that third round. And he held him on the floor for a full round and kind of kept him there. And the Jamie Bucks has made that adjustment in this round. Realised Hasbulla is a great striker and started to utilise and capitalise on the ground to try and take away an obvious weakness of Hasbulla.
Yeah, do you call him Hasbulla? Are you
Hasbulla? I love Hasbulla, and you know, if he wants to be called Hasbulla, he can be called Hasbulla.
It's Hasboy, bro.
Hasbulla boy.
Well, he is back on the beat. He was having a lot of success at the beginning of the first round with it. Looks to replicate some of that successes, but he is now a little bit damaged, J-Dime, after that ground and pound. And Jamie Bucks is capitalizing on that, landing some very stiff straights and jabs square down that barrel on that big bald head. Volkanovski, let's be honest.
That big bald head. Why gotta be a big bald head? Why can't it just be a normal bald head?
It's big, but it's a big bald head.
Jamie Bucks fires an uppercut, lands him. He's now going to be walking backwards. He's trying his best. But Jamie Bucks capitalizes. He's knocked him down.
He's about to do it. It's about to be.
He steps out of it. Oh, Jay, you take it away, brother.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Jose Aldo, since the end of last round, has taken the momentum, and it looks like he may put him away.
Yeah, bit of a panicky shot there from Hasboybs. He is hanging on, but barely. It looks like Jose Aldo is in a bit of a different spot right now mentally, bro. He just has absolutely switched on and is looking to land killer shot after killer shot, but once again, he doesn't want to get carried away, right, Humble, because that cardio could disappear, as could the head health, because Volk does hit like a fucking truck, bro.
He does. And as Ripe MMA says right there, he's making him look like Cub Swanson. You know, he's doing a great job in the chat.
He comes through sacrilege.
Nice work to the body from Aldo, though. He pushes. That little knee there sent Volkanovski back to the cage, and that was beautiful work, but has boy straight onto the center of the octagon. Being a bit of a problem for him though, because he's walking at Jamie Bucks' shot, and Jamie Bucks is starting to make reads, J Diamond. That's what you do as a great fight. You make reads. Sometimes I lose the first round, sometimes other people lose the first round, and they can make that read and kind of adjust to the next round, and they're not quite kind of worried because they know they've got that read already in the back pocket.
Yeah, and once you make that read, you make the adjustment. Now it's up to your opponent to make an adjustment too, Cyrus.
Certainly, brother, certainly. It's and that's what he's trying to do, but the leg kicks are now starting to add up, and of course, it's pick your poison, so to speak, because Jamie Bucks took him down after not getting success on the feet early in the first round, but now he's having all the success in the world, you know, in the striking realm, and he seems to have his opponent a little bit lost on where he's going to be able to win this one back, bro.
He gets caught. Beautiful knee. He catches him right there, and he doesn't capitalize. That's crazy to me. You've got to jump on him. You've got to try and finish him. Even take that last 15 seconds. You know, you're not going to get turned over and hurt too much. You got to. That's why. That's why.
That's why.
Oh my God. Crazy. Bro.
On the button, brother. On the fucking button. Jesus.
What an event. What event we had. What event we've had tonight.
That's crazy.
We've done a Trixie fight and everyone else. Oh my days. You guys are amazing. You guys in the Primetime community, massive shout out to every single one of you guys. You make mental health and all this other thing. We love to do this. This is why we fucking do it every single week. Some of us struggle every single week, and we come here and we absolutely love it. And this is the reason why you put on fantastic fights. You talk in the chat. You have great community.
His leg about to break.
And what a day again, Cyrus, just like Cub Swanson.
It's not over.
Oh, this is mental, brother. Like, you couldn't have said it any better there, Humble. Speaking from the heart, and absolutely true. It is, these guys continue to put us, bro, they keep putting us on our edge, you know, the edge of the seat. We call these fights, we call hundreds of fights at this stage, bro. And they still continue to find ways to surprise us. That quite genuinely, sensational, brother. Sensational. Look at Volk, man. He's now in the cardio position, J-Dime. I know that you're a man that appreciates a good cardio game. He has a bit of a cardio advantage, although that head health is low. If he can crack him, he could take advantage and maybe get that kind of killer sequence.
The thing is, I think Volk may need a knockout right now. He may need a knockout because he lost the second round. He won the first. He lost second. And he's been getting dropped in his third.
Oh, he's really blinking right now as well, Hasbro. Jamie Bucks is really trying to. He's utilising the capital knee because he's going for the hooks. Beautiful work. He needs to be careful not getting caught. Nice work though. And Jamie Bucks is starting to come down. He's one of the veterans of the game, Cyrus. And he catches with an uppercut right there, drops him.
Why are you gonna let him
capitalise?
You keep letting him
Finish your freaking dinner. Eat the chicken leg. Do what you need to do. You gotta finish the fight.
Yeah, and honestly, right now, though, I almost feel like he's safe. They're going your turn, my turn, and Hasbob's stamina damage is completely and utterly gone. So he can't do it, bro. He's got to go more than 2 shots. If he throws 2, he's got to throw 3. He's got to come back with volume and try to turn this around right now, Jay. Like you said, likely needs a finish to get his hand raised here this evening.
Volk? I'm not Volk. Jose Aldo is playing with his food.
Oh, he drops him.
He's playing with his food.
1 minute.
This is called
Oh
bullying.
my god.
Oh, Jamie Bucks.
Hey, he just bullied him. He just bullied him that round. That was bullying.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful work, man. Beautiful work. Cyrus, he knew he was in control. You called it. He was in kind of cruise control right there. But, you know, he was in trouble that first round. There was a few moments in that fight where he really had some adversity. We talked about Jamie Bucks last season. You know, I think he had Trixie Fadden it, Haroon. He had like every single top 10 guy in a row, you know, and he was winning some and losing some. And he is one of them top 10 guys. And sometimes his credentials don't kind of show that. But this season, he's gone from 16. He's going to fly up the rankings as always. And he's going to potentially cement himself a place in that Grand Prix that we talk about that's coming up soon in Primetime, well, close to Primetime 70, I believe it's after Primetime 70.
Yeah, that's right. Primetime 70 will be the last fight of this season, and then we'll go into the Grand Prix within about a week, 2 weeks after some off events that we'll be doing. Jamie Bucks looks like he may be securing his spot. We'll see how these next 1 or 2 weeks go. Of course, still time left to get your name up there. Maybe even for some guys who have been building towards it, finally get title shots that they've been after. But I know that Jamie Bucks, I mean, man, when this guy is on, he is fucking on. He got clipped in this early round. It took a couple for him to wake up, but when he did, you saw him turn around. That takedown was vital. It was key, bro. And then he got the momentum in his side, J-Dime, got his hand raised. Beautiful work. It leads us on to Ripe MMA, NM Liam, another 2 savages coming into the cage. I believe on the PlayStation side of things, I believe they're from your side of the equation, and they've earned this position in the main card.
Yeah, they definitely have. Ripe MMA, we talked about him earlier on, you know, he beat some of the guys who were talking earlier on in the card, and he's one of those guys that is constantly in the top 15 picture. He's going to be fighting NM Liam. You know, these guys are going to come in tonight. They're going to try and kill each other. They always try and do. We've got number 9 versus ranked number 12. Ripe MMA number 9. He's fighting for his spot. He's a high-rank fighter, been fighting the best every single time. He's a former title challenger as well. He hasn't quite won that belt though, Cyrus and J-Dime. You know, those moments are big. But I know it's like you get a taste of it. You get a taste of it, right? And then all of a sudden you put a bit more work in. You changes your sort of regime around how you play the game, how you kind of put your time into this esports community. And you've got NM Liam. NM camp is a massive new camp that's come along. It's got the likes of Million and a few other guys like Smudger coming through there that were former BMF guys, if that makes sense. And a lot of these guys are strikers. They're fantastic fighters, but I've seen them grapple a lot lately. It's going to be interesting because we got Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns.
My gosh.
And that's it. J-Dime, you love that fight.
Hold on, what did you just say?
You love that fight. You love Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. That's a great fight.
I love Bilal Muhammad, guys.
You do.
Yeah, whatever you say. But Bilal, all jokes aside, Bilal's a good fighter. Gilbert's a very good fighter as well. This should be a great matchup.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Cyrus, just a bit about the records of these guys. They're both winning records, as of course they're in the top 15. But very similar records as well. You know, you got 6-3 versus 8-5, so they've lost a few. But they've won majority of their fights, and I think this is going to be a very even fight. Yeah,
they've got skills all round. Right, MMA was talking trash about Cub Swanson, so I'm not going to hold that against him, okay, leading into this one. He's gone, remember the name, Muhammad in this. He's going to have to really kind of mix it all together, but be very wary of the submissions, man. I mean, the boxing of Gilbert out here, J-Dime, mixed in with his submission opportunities, makes him very, very dangerous, and I think he could give Bilal a lot of issues in this fight, no matter where the fight takes place.
I agree, but Bilal is dangerous on this game. Let's not forget, he got all the cool strikes. He got a spinning wheel kick. If I'm not mistaken, he may have an Osotogari. He has about everything on this game, Cyrus.
Well, it's nice to have a very deep kind of tool set at your disposal. Kind of lost what I was saying, but humble. These guys, bro, they're trying to pick at each other. You can see the body work, good uppercuts being landed. Obviously, the NM Liam over here training with the likes of Smudge, the previous Primetime champion, as you mentioned. Broxer and the like. They have such a deep striking skills. He's going to have seen it all, but the combinations from Ripe are really starting to add up, man. That body work is very, very subtle, but very clean.
Ripe's one of the most underrated fighters on this game. I'm gonna say that in the PlayStation division. He's always top 100. He's always fun. He's always brilliant, and he utilizes characters that people don't quite know as well. And also, Bahal Muhammad and also I think it's Matt Hughes have the only two people in the entire game to have their own sort of skill set in wrestling. They have extra takedowns, their takedowns attacks. They have chain wrestling. So if you actually look into their skill set, into their move list, they're the only people that have certain wrestling techniques that you can chain together. So when you can kind of go for a takedown against the fence and you can kind of try to take them down, they can do 2 in a row. So only people. Beautiful work though. First tells me to shut the fuck up, and Liam is going for the kill right now as he lands 2 big shots right there and he's on top. Gilbert's love to be in this position, Jedi.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He threw that uppercut from hell, and I feel like I say that every time. And if I was Gilbert, I'd want to be on top. I wouldn't have got up right there.
Yeah, look, left hand Liam got the best takedown in the game. That left hand right there. He gets on top of him from all the sides.
Left hand Liam.
Left hand Liam.
Left hand Liam. I love it.
But
he should change the gamer tag. That's a good name. Did you make that up?
I kind of stole it from Left Hook Larry from Michael Bisman. Not going to lie to you.
That's cool. Now Liam can change his name to Left Hand Liam.
Left hand Liam. It's versus.
Oh my god!
Oh, beautiful work from Left Hand Liam as he goes to the teeth to the body. And NM Liam, we talk about Left Hand Liam, but NM Liam, in seriousness, showing his company. These guys are really trying to put themselves on the map. I really love that about a camp, Jedi. They come along and they have great players and they have to perform in these leagues and they have to do really well. And that's how you get your camp on the map.
I agree 100% with you. And right now, Left Hand Liam is doing all he wants right now.
Yeah, no, he is going in for sure, man. That was all
he
his
throwing them lefts. He was throwing. Hold on. Did y'all see
how
many lefts he just threw?
Left hand Liam.
Left hand Liam,
bro. Those left hands are something else.
Beautiful, man. What a fight we have right now. It's a great matchup. They're throwing a lot of good combinations. They're hurting each other. It's very evenly matched. I believe Liam is doing a good job, and he's kind of took that first round. We'll see. Right in the middle, we were praising him the first couple of rounds because of the subtle ease that he's thrown. The jab to the body, the straight to the body was kind of draining stamina, but Liam kind of pulled it back. He realized he must have one of the guys in his corner kind of in his ear telling him what he's going to do right now, pardon me.
Yeah, and I mean, credit to him for being able to make those adjustments, because knowing it and doing it are 2 completely and utterly different things. Ripe MMA was trying to make those adjustments coming into this one, but it seems to have awoken the the inner dragon of Left Hand Liam over here. He is going to work and just trying to answer fire with fire.
Oh, nice. This is a good. Bilal's doing better this round too. He's not winning, but he's doing better. He's having a better round right now, Humble.
He is, and that's what you got to do. He did the first round. The first 2 minutes of that round, he was doing fantastic. Tyrus talked about how good Ripe MMA is. I said he was underrated, and then Liam kind of made some fantastic adjustments and ended up kind of winning the end of that round in more of a significant style. So can Liam do it again, essentially? Can Ripe MMA stay consistent throughout the round, J-Dime? And that's the key, kind of. Burns is now starting to tee off, and Liam's starting to get going, and Bahal Muhammad's got to be careful.
Yeah, Bilal Muhammad already has taken some damage by Left Hand Liam, so this is going to be tough for him, Cyrus.
Yeah, look, Liam is doing some really good work. He's throwing like the lazy kicks straight into the lead roundhouse, for example, or lead leg kick. He's doing a really good job of varying the angles that his shots are coming from. Ripe is trying to answer back with some good body work, as he has consistently done throughout the last 8 minutes, but gets hip tossed very, very easily there, Humble, and now finds himself in a not favorable position with a lot of time left to try and work his way back out of it.
And this is the difference at the moment. Liam's doing a good job mixing it all together. He's got the world champion jiu-jitsu practitioner on top of Bahal Muhammad, and Bahal Muhammad is a wrestler, but keeping him on his back and peppering that body before you get to the back of the feet is a smart decision, J-Dime, because now you're going to be able to work that as you do get back to the feet. He's got to watch his stamina. He is slightly behind on that. And Bahal Muhammad lands some beautiful combinations there, followed by a tee from Liam. Very even fight in this round.
Yeah, Bilal's nowhere near out of it.
Tit for tat so far, brother. Tit for tat for sure. Right MMA definitely making adjustments, as has Gilbert Burns. I mean, Jesus, bro. The back and forth, and honestly, the way that their defense is really coming together over the fight as well. I feel like their defense continues to level up, Humble, over the course of this fight. They're starting to block more and more, catch kicks more and more, make excellent reads, and it's some high level stuff right here.
That's it. And you know, it's a great fight, and this is why it's on the main card, and this is why these guys are both top 15 against other opponents that aren't quite worthy. These guys have finished them quite easily, but against each other, they've the will. Oh, you see the block up a second. Great reaction time from Ripe MMA as he made a mistake. But Tubo, you might be right. Ripe MMA might need a finish going into this third J-Time.
Yeah, he does need a finish. It is 2-0 right now going to the third. So I'm not going to say go balls to the wall, but set something up. Maybe take him down, try to ground and pound him. Do something, Humble.
You got to do something. You got to... All of your energy has got to go into finishing the fight, Cyrus, but at the same time, you've got to be smart. You've got to wait for opportunities, and that was a great opportunity right there. But he gets caught, and that's exactly what I meant.
Yeah, you've got to do it intelligently. There, Liam emptied his gas tank, and now Rive MMA is trying to capitalize by pumping that block down, catching him as he's leaning forward. But that was a perfectly timed spear there, J-Dime. Finds himself now in top control, getting a rock in this third round. If he can ride out this position, he could be well on his way to a victory in the eyes of the judges.
Yeah, this is smart right here. He's taking his body health now. But you know what's stupid about this game? That didn't count as a takedown on the stats. That's not gonna count as a takedown.
Nah, bro, that can't be real. Really?
Okay, what?
Okay.
To be fair, in real life as well, it's also stupid. So, you know, even wrestling coaches have said that. GC was saying that. It doesn't matter about the takedown. A takedown with the right hand is much more important.
Yes,
he
sir.
immediately takes his freaking head off right there. Right MMA. Starting to go for the... Oh, it's the opposite way around. Sorry. Liam's starting to go for the kill as Ripe MMA is starting to put the pressure on with Bahama Muhammad to try and get him out of there, Cyrus.
Yeah, he circled around, he got caught with a couple of big shots, found himself in center cage now, and if he can, play the matador here, get out of the way, and land some big shots of his own, he could turn this a fight round. With the last 2 minutes 30, I think he needs it, bro. He needs the finish. So... this is beautiful work, Jay. We said it, behind the danger line, and he's landing almost everything right now, trying to make sure that everybody remembers his name.
Yeah, he's pressuring him. He got 2 minutes to work. And shout out to Dirty Dave for telling me the truth. Listen to me. Listen, watch this. What is it? Spears do not count as a takedown. It's true.
I'm reading it right now as well, and that is complete fact. But that is all right.
Best takedown in the game is that left hand, bro. Best takedown in the game.
Cyrus said it's the best takedown in the game, is he?
It's his left hook, bro. It's his left hook. He landed it. Yes, sir. NM Liam, bro. Left hook. Liam, he is a savage. He found the money with that left hand early. Continued to go back to the well. Finally dropped his opponent with it. Beautiful work. Back and forth battle. Very, very close, but I feel like Gilbert was kind of in the driving seat from about the midpoint of the first round and just kind of kept himself that little bit ahead, Jay. I don't know if you agree.
Listen to me. Left hand Liam did exactly what he had to do.
Like a gangster.
And it just sucks that he don't get that takedown. But at the end of the day,
it's crazy that is a crazy thing that we'll be passing over to Romero. That's fucking crazy that don't.
Yeah, the spear does not count as a takedown on this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so Brock Lesnar never took down Heath Herring. That's I know a lot of you guys might not remember that, but Brock Lesnar speared Heath Herring, and that wouldn't class as a takedown according to this game. Sorry to get off topic, but
no,
quick one, appreciate
it. Well, I can tell you one thing, guys. Okay, we briefly touched upon it at the beginning of the card. TMF Ginger, representing the motherfuckers here this evening, is going to be stepping up against Kante in the bantamweight division, and something that I am especially excited for, my guys. I'll skip across right now. We're going to be having his debut here this evening, the man in the main event of the UFC later on this evening, Marlon Vera. He's going to be taking on Rob Font. It's a beautiful matchup, J-Dime. First time we've seen it under these bright lights, and I think it's going to be some madness. It's going to be something special.
Okay, listen to me. Cheeto has great health stats. I don't know if y'all have looked. I haven't even played UFC since he got on here, but I've actually looked. He has a 96 chin.
Bro, I can tell you that I loaded up the game, plugged in my Xbox for the first time in a very long time, played as Cheeto for maybe 3 or 4 fights with one of the guys Toasty Toes in the back, and bro, he's good. He's good. This is going to be a fun fight. He's got absolutely everything. The durability, the power, the all-round defense. Yeah, bro, it's perfect. And obviously, you know the boxing pedigree of Rob Font, but he just has to make sure not to get clipped early and try to make his damage really count.
I have to say this, TMF Ginger is no longer TMF, just so you guys know. Ginger Ninja has been confirmed from the back of the truck that he is no longer TMF Cyrus. Is that going to be a factor? You know, I don't know if he's training with the team at the moment, but you know, if you go solo, sometimes that can be a problem. Both these guys have a similar record as well. They both Ginger's 5-1 on PlayStation, just so you know, that's fucking crazy. And you know, that's a big positive record right there. Overall, he's got a big record in there, and Kante's coming through. He's a striker, trained with Jakey B and a few other guys to give you a bit of knowledge. But I think the highlight here is Cheeto Vera. He's got great kicks.
He has everything. Yeah. He has everything on this game.
Finish Sean O'Malley with them kicks, though, and people forget about that.
Oh man,
the way he fights, it's slow, it's methodical. It is absolutely terrifying to be across from a man that has such diverse skills. But if anybody's up to the task, of course, it is going to be Kante with Rob Font behind the sticks, gets the knockdown. Beautiful work, J-Dime.
Cheeto was just doing his thing. Next, you know, Rob Font drops him. And now this is his round, humble.
Yeah, definitely great work right there. He's going to get back into it now. Caliber was saying he's playing Rob Font so unwell in the chat. He's playing him completely wrong. And as he says, like, Kante shuts the stays up. You know, like he has a bit of a style. He's trying to dig to the body. I think the first 2 minutes of any round, the first round is always, unless you knock your opponent out, you kind of get an advantage. You got to be careful because those first 2 minutes don't mean anything in a fight. You know, you're reading your opponent, you're making the reads, you're trying to kind of game what your opponent's doing. And I think Kante's kind of figured out Ginger quite early here.
He possibly could have, right? I mean, he's doing very, very well. Ginger is a veteran in his own right. Gets the rock back, decides to answer back with some Cheeto Vera madness.
He's right. Oh my days, Cheeto, man.
So that's a bit concerning, though, right? I know the way that Ginger fights. I've fought him a long time. Missing kicks like that is unlike him. He is very, very diligent with his strikes thrown. He needs to get a little bit back to that. I feel like a little bit of fluster. He's a little bit flustered right now, I feel.
Nah, he is.
He struggles to get down with the bright lights sometimes.
Yeah, you can, like, even though you don't see people's face, you can visibly tell. Because he was throwing them kicks for no reason. When he missed them leg kicks, he was in no range to throw it.
Like that sort of stuff right there. He gets caught out the pocket, throws the lead thing, needs to get back on. He is one of the most dangerous strikers around the scene when he's dialed in, when he's taking his time, when he's picking his shots. Kante seems to have frustrated him a little bit here, and he's going to continue to try and do that. And honestly, his defense from Kante, very much on point, checking leg kicks, pulling shots, looking very clean.
Sorry guys, I'm smirking because Smudger just the PSN champion in the chat just called out Doctor. It said put us on the card, Lynn. Put us on the card right now. I'll defend my belt against Doctor. Give the people what they want. And that just broke me. So I'm completely I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's freaking funny, you know, Doctor. He's smiling. I can see him. He's freaking smiling right now. He's got a grin on his face. He's replying, whatever. Doctor, set up that freaking fight, brother. You're getting called out by the PlayStation champion. You might not get it tonight, but get it next week. He wants you. You know, set up some freaking fight right there, Doctor. Be visible. But these two guys are putting it on the line right at the moment. Ginger, he's a veteran. I've fought him. He surprised me a few times on the PlayStation side. And like you say, he's 5-1. He's coming back today against Kante. Kante looks good, though, J-Dime. He looks like he's in control of this fight.
He does. And dang, I said I don't play UFC, but I was playing Ginger like last week.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, you said Ginger leaving that camp. How does that affect him? I'll let you know he is not on UFC. He is playing multiverses. With
You can tell he's getting pieced.
Oh, Jesus. Getting active with the combinations. Head movement definitely settling in. You can see the effect that it is having on Ginger Ninja's head health. But he is trying to answer back. He will never give up. And although the frustration may settle in, that can sometimes, you know, after taking a couple, wake him up and make him start answering back.
Nice.
Caught a bit too much though, Cyrus, and is it too little too late? Because I'm liking Kante is beautiful movement in the way he's kind of attacking the body, he's kind of attacking stuff. He is hurt, he's got one damage to himself, and Ginger's still in the fight, but he seems to be in control, he seems to be like leading the dance almost, J-Dan.
Yeah, right now Conte is in control, but you know what I like? What Ginger did in the first round that he stopped doing? He was throwing a jab in the back leg.
Oh, he dropped him!
Oh, he was throwing a jab in the back leg, a side kick, and he landed a few, and you know those are 5-star, but he got away from that.
Yeah. Well, there is a lot of time. We are just over the midway mark of this fight. Rob Font seemingly starting to run away with it in terms of damage, head health, composure, and everything else. Has to mind his P's and Q's though, as Ginger Ninja looking for some big counters. The absolute... Look at the strikes, bro. Look at the strikes from Rob Font. The way he's throwing them together, they're so clean. It looks like every single one of them is massively impactful.
We've had such a fantastic night of fights tonight. It's been so crazy, and we've had so many highlight reels, but you know, the fighting, striking IQ of Rob Font in this fight is brilliant. But Ginger's impressed me as well. He's constantly in the fight, he's never out of it, and he's trying to keep himself in there, even with the stamina advantage that, no, he doesn't have a stamina advantage anymore, but he's still in that fight. It's the second round, he's not out of it, and takes one shot from Font. Really catches him, Jay.
He caught him!
Oh my days, Ginger! This is what I mean. You can't disrespect.
Oh my God! Never mind, Rob Font. Got him on the mat. Doesn't want to jump on top of Ginger Ninja. He knows that guy's got some tricks up his sleeve. Decides to continue with what got him to the dance, J-Dime, working that boxing. It's been so clean here this evening.
Man, as long as Rob Font stays safe, he may be able to win this comfortably, but if he get carried away, he gonna get caught something, because Ginger's hungry for a stun because he's been losing this match and he needs that. So any opportunity Ginger sees, he gonna take advantage of it, Humble.
Is there a virus going around tonight, guys? Because it seems like there's a lack of jumping going on. You know, like these guys have got some sort of, I don't know what it is about the main card. They all want to prove a point. I don't know if it's just the egotistical balls on the men to try and thingy. You gotta jump! You gotta jump, Cyrus! You gotta finish your freaking dinner!
Well, they're trying to make highlight reels of their opponent. This would be a feather in his cap. He got him to take a knee, bro.
I feel bad because he's trying to embarrass Ginger. He could have jumped on him, and Ginger's my boy. I feel horrible. Why?
Finishes him though. Imagine he finishes him.
Like, yeah.
I'd be finished in this position. You can't do it.
Oh my God, bro.
Kicks there, Ginger. Come on. Ginger's getting affected by it, Cyrus, and that's probably, he feels comfortable. And a beautiful knockout from Kante in the third round seals the deal. He was in control. He didn't want to jump. He didn't want to finish his dinner until he finished his dinner.
Mate, he was in the driving seat. It's a kind of a flashback. So FSK earlier on, right, with Jamie Bucks, he knew he was ahead, bro. At this point, he was almost playing with his food a little bit. That can sometimes go your way, but you've got to seriously fuck up to really drop the ball in that sort of spot. It got him hurt, continued that momentum, J-Dime, ultimately set up an absolutely beautiful KO. Definitely got the highlight reel finish that he was looking for, and I mean, he now moves up in that rankings, and is looking good, bro. I mean, he's looking good. He showcased his skills very, very well here this evening.
That was a great performance by Rob Font. And people forget, Cheeto started the beginning of that first round strong too.
Yep.
And then after that, Rob Font took over, and that was a brilliant performance.
I always worry when people pick new characters in the game, because unless they're already like established, even Islam Makhachev, people like that, they come in this game, and the UFC developers of this game, let's be freaking real, they don't watch too much UFC. They don't actually understand the sort of the fighters themselves.
I don't think they played a sport. If I want to be real.
They put every single fight they put in the game at 4 stars, and then they develop from there. So if the fighter starts winning fights, they start developing them. But obviously, most of these guys are already in the top 10 when they have to add them. Like Chito Vera is already top 10. He's already fought Joe Aldo. He's already fought these guys. So I get worried because these guys pick these new fighters because it's fun and cool to kind of pick them, Cyrus, and then they play against Rob Font, who's already established. He's got many upgrades to things like that, and that's a problem. And you come in and you're kind of at a slight disadvantage because of that reason.
Yeah, no, exactly right, brother. Exactly right. I apologize because I was a little bit distracted on the side, just to kind of peel back the curtain. The next fight that is up for scheduled to be up next is Mula TT up against Leon_27. I don't think that one is going to be able to go ahead. They are currently jumping between 250 milliseconds to 400, and their stream is...
Oh, no. Yeah, that fight's not happening.
Yeah, that fight ain't happening.
Why that fight's not happening? Big, massive shout out to Cancel of Slim, who's subscribed with Prime. Massive appreciation to you. Every single little bit helps for you guys who subscribe, and you do love us, and we do appreciate that. You do get them emotes, Cyrus, that you created. They're fantastic movement emotes of all of us guys who do the commentary on a Saturday night. You know, me, J Dime, and yourself, and we've got those emotes in there. So you do appreciate that now. And also massive shout out to Shooterbox TV, who made his debut recently. He's a friend of mine at J Dimes, one of the best players that we know. J Dime, he's brilliant. Obviously suffered his first loss in Primetime, but I cannot wait to see that guy fight again.
All right, so I watched this fight today on the unaired prelim. It was a good fight. I watched this fight today. I'm not spoiling nothing, but let's get to the next fight.
Yes, for certain, brother, because I mean, although it is very sad that we did not get our featured fight of the main card between Roller and Leon 27, is what it is, right? It's been sensational fights. We move on to the co-main event of this evening, another fight that we showcased very, very much at the beginning of this event as one of the fights that you definitely need to look out for. Of course, it's co-main event for a reason. High kind of stakes at play with two guys that are in or about that top end of the Xbox side of the equation, Humble. But we know the pedigree of Caliber. He is a former champion. He has beaten the man in the main event in BFAP Trixie in the past. Did it with Leota Machida from what I remember. And obviously, he is looking to get back to that position. He wants to regain that gold going into the next season. But he has one of the biggest and fastest rising up-and-comers within this promotion in B3's very own Big E, a man that takes no prisoners, marches forward, looks to land those hands, and I mean, he does it beautifully.
I don't think you could have said it any better, Cyrus. You know, you've got a number 14 ranked Big E coming in. He's fighting a tough competitor in number 5 ranked Caliber, and Caliber has been champion. He's fought the best of the best throughout the division. One of the things you find out with the Xbox and the PlayStation division, as you get upwards towards the top 10 in the ranks, they've all fought each other. You know, there's a lot of losses and wins on each record because they're all fighting each other. Essentially, that's how a matchmaking works when you get to that spot. And you lose less points when you fight those guys as well. When you fight somebody who's number 10 or number 3 and you lose to them, you lose less points, so you kind of stay in that position or move down slightly. You don't move down too much. But this could be a big jump. If Big E wins this fight, he goes 6-2, J-Dime. He beats Caliber, who's a former champion, and it's a huge statement on his record.
I think this is a good fight, too, and it's interesting because you know Charles Oliveira is going to try to get the fight to the ground. He's going to utilize the clinch. And let's see how Connor can keep him away. Hey, this camera's really
he's got the tight camera angle. I know a couple of guys that used it. It's it's different, bro.
Hold on, bro. Listen to me. I can't even see the feet. I can't even see
Caliber. No, let's go right.
This is what pressure fighters. A lot of pressure fighters that I know personally. This is what I like to use, and it's for a reason. It brings a different feeling to the game, Humble. I don't know if you've ever tried to play it, but it's a different feeling, bro.
No, yeah, I completely understand it, J-Time. Like, you can see everything right and close. There's no distance. When you use the wide camera angle, which is what me and you and a lot of other competitors at tonight, you can see it's a majority. What you do is when you use the short camera angle, the tight camera angle, is you bring in a different sort of fight, and you're not kind of letting off, and you can see everything that's coming towards you in a short distance rather than a long distance, and it allows you to do shit like this and get a nice body lock takedown right there, move to mount, because Caliber is now in control, and you can tell he's used to this. He's used to fighting in a short range distance fight, and that's the camera angle he's using. Big E in trouble right now. Is he punching above his weight, J-Time?
I'm glad it's on the ground now, guys, because I can finally see. I can finally see, because I couldn't see nothing. You could not see past their chest. You could only see their head for real when they was on the feet.
It's true, bro. That's where all the damage was being landed, though. Either way, this is what KM Caliber does. It's what he does best. Mixes it all together. Makes a, really, really does showcase. I think Charlie Olives is actually maybe a perfect pick for him, Humble, because he does everything Charlie Olives does. He mixes in that clinch. He does beautiful striking, the takedowns, the ground above, the submissions. Beautiful destruction,
this is looking bad.
And I'm gonna blow someone's horn right now, but Caliber is one of my favorite fighters in any community in UFC.
Everybody's his favorite fighter.
Caliber's brilliant though. When he picked Machine.
Oh my God!
It's over. Is that it? Is that? Oh,
That's it, bro. That's it.
That's it. He's unconscious.
I was saying it right there. That was a statement. That was a freaking statement. And that's what you've got to do if you're ranked number 5 in the world. You've got a guy that's really doing well. He's fighting top competition. He's number 14 in the world. He's coming to try and steal your spot, Cyrus. He's coming to rob it. He's coming to take it. You've been the champion. You need to put a freaking statement out there. And he gets a finish in the first round. He's going to get them extra points. He's brilliant. And like I said, Caliber is one of my favorite competitors in this scene. No matter what, no matter PlayStation, Xbox,
Cyrus,
he's one of the best in the world. He's one of the best in the world, no matter what. He is.
He is. I agree with you.
Genuinely is.
He's a dog, but you say this about a lot of people. This is not the first time you said this today.
Beat Trixie. Like if you beat Trixie, you're brilliant. I'm sorry, but if you beat Trixie, you're brilliant. And he has. And I love the determination from that guy.
Yeah, look, there's a reason that he made himself Primetime Champion, and he did it in a way where, he actually spoke to me a little bit before it. He was like, I've kind of been the gatekeeper for a little while. I keep losing at that final hurdle. This time is my time, and he was right. And this time, he's come around, he's refocused. He wants to show that wasn't a kind of flash in the pan. It wasn't a lucky win or whatever else, that he has earned every single opportunity he has been awarded, and ultimately with performances like that, can't really deny the man for too much longer if he continues. I don't know what his current position is, where he's going to line up after this one. Of course, we do not do matchmaking on the night, but he's looking good going into the end.
You say that, but I just had a word from the back. You got Smudger calling out Doctor, and I see Doctor putting in the message right there saying, "I'll kill him." That's a big statement from Doctor Who right there. I don't know about you guys, but I'd love to see that fight in the future. Doctor Who versus Smudger. Doctor Who's on an absolute tear. He's on 5-0 or something like that. Let's see that fight in the future, guys. Let's see Doctor kill Smudger in the future. It'd be a fantastic fight to see. Anyway, J-Dime, we've got the main event of this evening. It's KM Liam versus Trixie. We're all here for this fight. It's going to be amazing. Cannot wait for this one. Break it down for us.
Okay, so we have BFAP Trixie, the GOAT of primetime. Mr. I'm not the GOAT, but I fit the description. He had a minor setback, like I said earlier. He lost a few. Then he came back and regained the title against KM Liam, who's a really tough competitor. Even though his name is driving me crazy because we had an NM Liam earlier. So this is driving me crazy right now. This should be a great fight.
Well, this is actually a name that you do love anyway. It is Pirate Kip, right? So
it's Pirate Kip.
So Pirate Kip, bro.
Oh, it's Pirate Kip.
Yeah.
KM Liam. It's Pirate Kip.
Oh yeah.
KM Pirate Kip, also known as KM Liam. This man's been around the scene for a very long time. Had his bad boy days when he's kind of been a little bit controversial outside of the octagon. Stopped him from performing for a little while. He is back with a vengeance. Refocused. Has managed to put himself at the top of the mountain here with an opportunity to claim that gold, Humble. And he is against it, of course, with the likes of BFAP Trixie. But as he said in the intro, he believes that Trixie is now passing. He believes he is the young blood coming into this promotion. And he thinks he's going to seize that opportunity here this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Betting lines are now open for everyone to bet, so you can put your bets on BFAP Trixie or KM Liam. And it's currently 50-50 going into the last minute. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes at. Nice. You got Pirate Kip going with Conor McGregor and Trixie going with Volkanovski. I expect Volkanovski is a really good one for Trixie because Volkanovski's got the best durability on the game. J-Dime, we talk about it all the time. He's got some of the best recovery there is on this game. I think it's like 98 or 97 or something like that. It's fantastic. You can get hit as much as you want with him. But Pirate Kip last week got a fantastic finish. It was on the button. It was a fantastic sort of performance from him. He is up against it, but good start so far from him. It's a very even fight.
Believe you me, Pirate Kip does not have any sort of issues with his confidence. He believes in his ability, much like Conor McGregor, which is his favourite pick for a reason. Knows his skill set very, very deeply. But he has to be careful of this sort of thing right here. Swift Trixie can do it absolutely all, J-Dime. One of the most underrated elements of his game is his grappling. And he looks to utilise that early up against the Conor McGregor, which is, of course, so smart and expected from somebody of his caliber.
Yeah, Trixie is so well-rounded. And Humble said that Volk has the best health stats on the game. Volk also has the best footwork in the game. He has 99 footwork on this game, too.
It's incredible. Volk's the best fighter on this game, in my opinion, for this stature. The only issue is he hasn't got that reach advantage, but you kind of utilise because of the foot getting in and out. This is a difficult position at the moment for Pirate Kip. And just to go back to the betting lines, 53% in the favor of Trixie, the champion. But 47% believe in Pirate Kip. He has got a following behind him, Cyrus. Currently on his back, currently facing some adversity. There's a lot of people in this community that think Pirate Kip can get it done tonight. And this is a very even matchup according to the community that are watching.
Well, yeah, he comes from the Kingsman camp. Got an incredibly deep stable of fighters. Guys that I've known for a very long time. A very, very creative, set of strikers primarily. But this is where, especially somebody like Pirate Kip wants to get his work done on the feet with Conor McGregor. But of course, he has to be wary that takedown, that top control, doesn't mean that he rushes things, Jay, because of course, Bulk isn't just durable, he has power too.
Bulk has everything. He has what you need, Cyrus. You got hands, he got that. Feet, he got that.
Yep.
Especially leg kicks. You need grappling, he has that too, Humble.
He's got everything, and Volk is the ultimate all-round fighter. He's got a baldy head as well, just like Jebs TV, and that's what you need, to do really well. And he's doing fantastic in this fight so far, controlling it, but he's got to be careful of that power. He's trying to zap the energy of Conor McGregor, make Pirate Kid kind of overexert so he can get ahead, and that's the smart thing to do in a 5-round fight. He is the ultimate 5-round fighter. I've said this time and time again, Cyrus. Trixie is the best 5-round fighter I've ever seen on this community.
Oh, truly, he is. He makes adjustments on adjustments. You'll see him fight 2 or 3 different styles over the course of a 25-minute bout. But of course, starting this one out very, very good. And that can actually be a little bit concerning for his opponent because historically, the first round is his slowest round. So for him to come out of the gates that quickly, to win that round comfortably, shows that he is focused and dialed in, Jay. And I mean, he always is, but this seems to be on another level. You don't see him start this quick, traditionally.
Yeah, usually, there's a filling out process for Trixie. In the third, he start picking up, and then he had made all his reads. But it seems like he started this one kind of fast.
Second round is statistically the highest finishing round for the reigning champion in Swift Trixie. Doing the BFAT boys proud so far in this fight, but eating a couple of shots from the challenger in Pirate Kip. Pirate honestly has one of the sneakiest striking games on the Xbox scene there, Humble Dink, and he isn't going to... don't count him out yet, brother. Let's not count him out yet. Trust me, this man is game to the end.
Look at Trixie's stamina, though. Look at it. Yeah. It's like... If you have 100% stamina bar, it's at 98. That guy's going a full round, throwing a lot of strikes, probably throwing over 100 strikes in the round, and managed to keep his stamina very high. That means he's landed the majority of his strikes, and now he's gone for the takedown. He's the champion for a reason. He's took his opponent to the mat because he recognizes what Cyrus just said. The vulnerability in the striking is clearly there. He knows the setups, he knows the sneakiness, so he's took his opponent to the mat where he knows he can control him, try and land some damage J-Dime to kind of sway their odds in his favor.
Yeah, you're right. And you were talking about stamina. He was being really efficient. He wasn't missing much. And when he did miss, he was hitting the glove. He wasn't whiffing. Like I always say, whiffing is what's really drains your stamina if you're hitting fresh air. And he made sure not to hit fresh air, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And he's now on top as well. He's in half guard at the moment. He's going to try to move to a more stable position. You can see him going for it there. And Pirate Kip goes slouch on the ground, gets the reversal, and McGregor's on top at the moment. We always talk about this, Cyrus. You can't be basic on the ground. You can't try and get up every single time. You got to kind of take your time. Oof, fuck.
Yeah, and honestly, these two guys in particular know that better than most. They are incredibly diverse in the all-round skill sets that they do have, but Swift Trixie just seems to be that one step ahead on the mat, especially so far. And all around in this game, that damage is really starting to add up.
Ruggling. That's stamina, J-Dime.
Oh, and he's stuck in top mount. This is about to be tricky, Humble.
Well, we talk about it all the time. Who does he train with? Dirty Dave?
Oh my God.
Oh, it's over. It's over.
Oh, Trixie surprises us again. He's got another arsenal. We already knew he had it. He trains with Dirty Dave, and Dirty Dave put one of the best comments that you can put in that chat. I aspire to be like Trixie. What a freaking comment to put in there. But I'll let the man himself crown the champion. Cyrus, take it away, brother.
Honestly, Swift Trixie, once again, there's a reason this guy has reigned at the top for so long. He has fallen from that mantle once or twice, but regained it and doesn't seem to be letting go anytime soon. Ending this season out obviously would, on top would be absolutely massive for somebody like Swift Trixie. He has really had a bit of a roller coaster journey over this most recent season, especially. Everybody has leveled up within the game. The game kind of caught him up for a little bit, and he had to go back to the lab and readjust his skill sets, and training with the likes of Dirty Dave, although I do bust his balls quite a bit, and obviously all the other boys in BFAP, like the like of Slick, just really, kind of allows them to continue to elevate their skills and mean that they find themselves towards the top end of these things each and every time. But what a fantastic card, bro. Yeah, I mean, just craziness, right? As I know that me and Mr. Humbledink and are melting in our chairs right now. The heat in the UK is absolutely sensational, but these fights kept us here, and the entire way through.
You said it was sensational.
Oh, I need to say something, right? Good one. Thank you, Naz, because he came through with a massive following from TikTok. We have to give credit where credit's due. What a performance from him. The former ESFL champion is currently 1-0 in the Xbox division. He's just got a caliber out in the chat as well. I'd love to see that fight in the future. I don't know if it makes sense rankings wise. Maybe we can pull some strings. I don't know, Cyrus, but we've got a couple of. We're going to end this season after Primetime 70, which is 2 weeks time. You guys we've never dropped below 70 views tonight. That's fucking brilliant, and we put so much work into this, Cyrus. We put so much effort into the production and everything that goes on. We have people making graphics and all sorts of stuff. It's all free. None of us earn money doing this, and we love you guys for coming along and showing support. We say it every single week. We love to do this because of you guys. Keep respecting each other, keep making those fights, but thank you so much for coming along and giving us the support we need.
For certain, man. And to end out this evening, once again, we will be back with you now next Friday and Saturday for more absolute carnage under the banner of Primetime MMA with our fight nights and, of course, our title events on the Saturday. Keep your eye out as well. The off-season, we have some very, very interesting news coming up. A lot more content coming the way of Primetime MMA, hopefully filling all of your combat sports needs. But it has been an absolute pleasure. Stay safe, enjoy the fights, and much love.